good?
Yeah, we're good, man.
All right.
So
Let us know when you're ready.
I feel like, you know when you know that part in Endgame when they're all like in that support group with Anthony Russo.
This is our support
And
group.
also
Jim Starlin.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is that therapy session right now. So
post endgame therapy.
Endgame. So welcome, one and all, to episode 11.
I don't think I could do this.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do this.
Yo, just shut the cameras off. I'm not ready.
Let's get out of here.
But welcome to episode 11 of Chillin with Villains podcast. I am Ozymandias here with
Magneto,
Clown Prince, and Zoom.
Yeah, you sound depressed.
Yeah,
you sound done.
It's been a rough couple 48 hours, man. Yeah, it's been rough.
Last time you were like this was
Infinity War.
nah. Oh, when Netflix and Marvel broke up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, this is a lot worse though.
This is a lot worse.
It's a lot
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
But just again, this is a warning. The movie made over 300 million this weekend so far,
It might hit a bill.
and if
in a
you haven't
weekend.
seen it yet, that's kind of on you. So
You got 700 million to go.
Yeah,
No. It made more than that already. Hey, you're talking about domestically, probably.
yeah, domestically,
Worldwide.
because
Oh
we're
my
here.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worldwide, it's almost.
So,
probably
if
around
you have
500,
not seen this
600
yet, if
at
you have
least.
not seen this yet, I don't know
Stop
what to tell
listening.
you. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's just, you know,
Spoiler.
spoiler. So, yeah,
Snap.
Endgame.
It's
So,
Spoiler. All right, cool.
yeah, spoiler again. So, we're gonna go around the table and just give y'all our initial thoughts, guys, and take it away, Magneto.
All right, I'm gonna give the movie. We'll start off for ratings. Yeah, all right. Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. The 0.5 is only because of like small little plot holes,
Mm-hmm.
but that's really it. That's just nitpicking. So overall, the movie was amazing. I had a blast. It was a roller coaster, and yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like you said it perfectly. I'm sorry if I'm gonna steal your line, but everything that you wanted to happen happened, and everything that you didn't know you want to happen happened. Like it was just.
Shout out to Charlie. I think that
Yeah.
was his line.
What? Nah.
Charlie said the same thing.
Oh, really?
Literally.
Nah,
Yeah,
I was
almost
like-
verbatim.
Yo, if they're playing Chillin' with
Whatever.
Villains bingo, like they're like, oh, they mentioned Charlie at least every podcast.
C1.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I mean,
alright.
that's well. You want to talk? We'll go around.
No,
again
yeah,
and
we'll
talk
go
about
around
it,
again.
yeah.
But yeah, same thing in my case. Like I went in again, no trailers, nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in getting this, I didn't really look at the suit he was wearing because I knew it had something to do with the
Imagine him going to buy this. He was like,
He's like,
yeah,
yo,
so
Nah,
I
it was
I
online.
like to
You
purchase
gotta-
this.
movie. It was online. I was just
you guys
like,
got a new Iron Man thing.
I saw
right?
that it said
Don't show him.
I saw that it
Just put it in
said
the back.
Avengers Endgame.
Imagine like accidentally
put it in
it's
the bag.
Howard the Duck. And he
Yeah.
just didn't see it.
I saw that it said Avengers Endgame, like Funkos and stuff, and I was just like,
Right.
all right, I'm getting Carol, or I'm getting Thanos, I'm getting Tony. Cool. Check out. It's not?
No.
That's the Captain Marvel from Captain Marvel one.
Avengers, yeah. It says it on
Oh.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say Endgame.
But look at the logo. That's the same logo that this has. This is all the same, my guy.
Yeah.
Yo, she
Damn.
didn't cut her hair, bro.
That's,
Nah,
what I'm
that's a
saying.
spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
That's not really a spoiler. That's in the trailer, though. You didn't see her new hair until.
Oh, that's
movie.
true.
That is
But
true.
That's true.
that's like post-credit scene Carol, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't show that scene in the
They
movie.
just literally picked it up from there. So that
Yeah.
wasn't a scene in the movie. That was actually a scene from Captain Marvel that we didn't see in Endgame.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
it made sense because now Captain, like basically what happened is Captain Marvel showed up and they're like, "Yo, save Tony." And she
Yeah,
goes.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
Yes,
sense.
yeah.
Wow, we just connected the dots. You heard it here first. Nobody else saw it. I don't think anybody else saw it. But yeah, like, again, this is the culmination of 22 films, over 10 years of story, and Kevin Feige can now, you
I was
know,
pissing him off.
he can now rest on a grateful universe.
So
Yes.
what's your rating, bro?
My ranking, this was perfect to me. Even the nitpicky stuff,
Man said perfection.
the nitpicky stuff, I feel like could be understood in the DVD, like with the director commentary and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure the
I'm
Russo
hoping
brothers
so. Yeah, yeah.
have something to come up with.
But if it's not explained in the movie, then how is it?
You
Then
guys
how
want to
is
hear
it-
something though?
Then what's the point?
And-
you know, if
No, it just might be a thing
Anthony
where like
Mackie-
you might have to
Wait until another movie comes
no
out.
maybe that, or it's like you just got to be smart enough to know that kind of thing.
Well, look, I feel like the nitpicks aren't bad enough. Hold on, I got you. I feel like the nitpicks aren't so bad that it's like yo, like it took me out of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Oh,
feel
no, it
like
wasn't
yeah.
like that.
So,
It wasn't like that.
I'm
what
only
were you gonna
doing
say?
Go
that.
ahead, conference.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say. No, I'm joking. When I was watching the premiere, you know, Marvel was streaming it live on their YouTube. Anthony Mackie said he watched a 5-hour movie. Like they had things that they cut out
100%.
because you know they needed to. But if on Blu-ray they're like, hey, here's a 5-hour movie, I'm sitting down. And
I don't know if
watching
it'll
the
be
5
like a
hours.
director's cut. I'm sure the deleted scenes will be there. I don't know if they'll.
But that's what I'm saying.
splice it in.
Maybe like the whole Professor Hulk. You know how we kind of just jumped into that. That
Yeah.
was fine. That. But like I feel like they probably got a little more in depth.
Yeah,
to
seeing that transformation would have been cool.
Right.
And also, Anthony Mackie might have been joking around 5 hours. He might have been.
No, he literally said he sat down and like he was like, I watched the 5-hour movie that they condensed. Like
Do you think it's a 5-hour edited movie?
I,
it's
I think
done?
I think shout out I think Tyrone Magnus or it was either him or Charlie that said there were certain parts where you see that they had to cut out. Like you clearly see, I didn't clearly see it, but you know I'm not.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it again today.
right. So see if you figure it out, like
Yeah.
where the parts could have been cut, cause or
You watching it again today?
shout out John Campia. I watched his review too. He had said that there were specific parts that they cut out, but it was supposed to be a longer movie. They just obviously like
You couldn't make it
Fair.
yeah,
work.
but what
could've
I'm
been
saying is,
3 hours
in
and 2
order for it to
minutes.
be a director's cut, that means it has to be edited, or at
Into
least they're
it.
still gonna edit it.
maybe not a director's cut, but just
That'd
an,
be dope,
an
though.
extended
Yeah.
version.
Well, same thing with Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron has a bunch of deleted scenes that would have well put the film over 3 hours.
Yo,
100%
all right,
well.
we'll get into it once we break it down. But when Tony was like, you know what, like I had a vision of this, I didn't want to tell nobody because I didn't want to think it was true. But this is that shit I'm talking about.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think about it?
I'm probably going his route and
Yeah.
saying 9.5. Just because the fact that they didn't perfect time travel the way I thought they would do it. Like there was a lot of things where you're just like, but they're missing this and they didn't explain this. Like again, like what you said, doesn't take away from the experience.
It doesn't take away at all, no.
from the story at all.
This is a fucking roller coaster.
But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I literally was on the edge of my seat. Me and him were on the edge of our seats the whole time. It brought tears. It brought joy. And like you said, things that you wanted to happen happened. Things that you didn't think you needed, you definitely needed.
Yep.
And that was it for me.
Zoom.
I'm gonna say like a 9.5 too. Just out of like again like I only had 2 problems, and one was Thor, and 2
Chubby
was
Thor.
He really didn't like Thor.
I
I
really
hated
didn't.
Chubby
I
Thor.
really didn't.
I wasn't a fan either.
It was fine.
I wasn't a fan
if he
of
did
him being
something,
a bum.
Like if he was a bum the entire movie.
I wasn't a fan
It
of
was just
Fortnite
like,
being in the movie
he didn't
either.
really do anything.
Come on, that was pretty funny.
Him on the headset was funny. He's like, "This is Thor." He's like,
God of Thunder.
When Korg and
He's like, "Hey
Meek.
man, these guys are bullying me again here on the headset. Thor, you want to help me out here? This is Thor, God of Thunder. Please stop bullying my friend, or I will come to you." I was like, Jesus, dude. He's like, "Hey man, thanks for that. I really appreciate it."
But so
Yeah,
So good?
Yeah, those were my 2, like that, and the
That was weird.
Captain
We both,
America thing at the end
did
was
that at the same
just kind of confusing. But everything else is amazing. I think this was like fan service to the ultimate degree.
yeah, fan service. That is
Yeah,
that's
like,
an understatement.
Yeah,
This is-
like this is like, I mean, it still had me cheering and like happy, and like I didn't cry, but it was like, you know, it was emotional. Like it was very well. They connected so much. It was just
Yep.
such a great thing to see. Like especially for somebody who was there from the beginning, you see everything. Like, oh man, I remember this. I remember that. I remember these people. Oh my god, and you see it all tied up in one big pretty bow. Pretty much, it's nice.
Yeah.
Shout out the Nice Cast, because I'm gonna take a chapter out of what he said in his Instagram video. I don't want to mix things up. What he said, I don't want to twist his words. But he basically was saying along the lines that Days of Future Past did a better job at time travel than
Oh,
Endgame did,
I
and
was
I
like-
and I
that's
can
a-
agree with that.
That's a great point. That's a great
I can
point.
agree with that.
That's a great point.
So, but what he also said was what he said. Overall, everyone loves it just because they gave you what you wanted,
Mm.
It's just
which
fan
is true.
service.
Yeah.
Which is great.
which is a fan. It was a fan movie,
Now-
but I feel like they had to do it because, all right, first of all, it's called Endgame. Second of all, they've been teasing that all of the 6 original Avengers, like, they're not going to be the same after this. Like, we're not going to see them all together again ever, like that.
Well, one's
So-
Why
dead,
you
one's
reminding me?
old, and one's dead.
Well, two are
Yeah,
dead.
Two are
yeah, that's why I
dead.
said it
One
twice.
is old. Yeah.
One is on the
dead.
way.
One is old, and one is dead.
One's knocking on death's door right now.
And so
Yeah.
it's like you kind of wanted it to be a fan service. Like, you didn't want it to be like just a regular Marvel. It couldn't be just a regular Marvel movie you go into. You know, it couldn't be like an Avengers 1. It couldn't be like an Avengers Age of Ultron. It had to be, look, we're giving you everything you wanted because you deserve it. Because we all deserve it.
Yep.
It's just, that's what it was.
And they're also fans themselves. So I'm pretty sure
100%.
Right.
when Joe Anthony Russo were speaking on it, they were like, we locked ourselves in a room for 3 hours,
Yeah.
and we're like, yo, how are we gonna end
They
how are
probably
we
went
gonna
like,
cap
all right,
this
what do
up?
we want in this movie? Cap holding the hammer.
Yeah.
Cap
I'm
gets
pretty
old,
sure that
Tony
came.
dies.
I'm pretty sure that came across like, oh, and this is also. I feel like because they also said that this is a completely different movie from Infinity War.
It 100% was.
Like,
Oh,
there were
hell yeah.
100%.
2 different films. Like Infinity
Now
War.
I get why they didn't do part 1, part 2.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
'cause
so
it-
different.
I think I still would obviously want to see that. Like, how would it have been if it was a part 2? We wouldn't have got what we've gotten, of course not. But I think it still would have been really interesting, like seeing an Infinity War part 2.
But it would have to been like it would have
we
to have
kind of
been
did
like
get
a-
it because there was a war at the end.
Oh no, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, so-
But,
it's a continuation, but it's 2 different movies.
Yeah,
There's a big
it's-
gap in between. You know, there's no like.
It felt, I wouldn't say it felt weird. It's just, it felt like, the beginning, right in the beginning, it felt like Infinity War. Like, that was their Infinity War part 2. The very beginning. Once they jumped to 5 years,
Oh
that's
yeah.
a completely
It's a
different
completely different
storyline.
movie.
Yeah,
Completely
and
different
then-
movie.
So you want to like break it
Let's
down
start
from the
breaking it-
beginning?
let's
From
start
the
breaking it
beginning.
down from
All
the
right.
beginning.
Alright,
top.
back to the time travel though. The Days of Future Past.
Like,
no,
we're not
no,
breaking
no.
it down just yet. Hold
He
on.
literally just went like this.
What was it? I
Yeah.
can tell.
So do you agree? So you agree with them about the time traveling with Days of Future Past? Which time travel do you guys think is like cooler?
Well, you have to think. You have to
It's
think
like
about it.
back-
Days of Future Past was more of a mental thing. Like
They-
that
His
was a
conscious
mental-
went
yeah, it was a
back.
conscious.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
he technically, if you follow like the rules of time traveling, he created a whole nother reality because he went back, broke it, and then now it's 2 branches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
You know.
But
And that's more specific.
So he-
I
he
said- what
fucked
I had
it up.
Said, yeah.
He-
What
he-
I had
Technically,
said
he
though,
fucked it up.
it was
He-
more
who?
Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah, because
fucked
he
it
never
up.
got the adamantium.
It was more simple for the audience to understand their form of time travel.
Yeah,
Because
no.
the only
Obviously,
thing-
it's easier to understand.
Right.
But I think what Avengers was trying to do is like do it in a way where everything. It's just like it's like the better way to time travel.
They
We're
took
gonna come
concept-
back, take the
Yeah.
stones, use it real quick, go back, put it back.
It was a
nothing
heist
happened.
movie, basically.
Yeah.
That's what they called it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a time
yeah.
heist.
It is a time heist.
Time heist.
Tony
Yeah.
was like, "So what you want to do is a time heist?" And Ant-Man was like, "Yeah,
He's like, no,
yeah."
yeah. But so
Can we break it down now?
yeah, we're gonna break it
Is that
down.
okay
But
with
hold on. All right, so we are going to break it down from the
Starting
beginning. So Hawkeye was born on so it was funny, like, cause seeing it in IMAX, usually you get like a countdown to when the film
Yeah.
starts.
They just jump
There
right
was no
in.
countdown.
No.
I heard Hawkeye's voice, and I'm like,
I saw the arrow.
Oh.
I was like, oh. Shit.
yeah, and
You
I'm
know
like,
that was one of the
oh.
Russo brothers' daughter, right? Or
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
daughters.
yeah. The older daughter, Chloe, at the sea. We need an intern, so we know what
With my
people's
sister,
names.
yo, she's sleeping. I don't even gotta watch on.
But so yeah, it opens up with Hawkeye,
Yeah.
assumably during the events of Infinity War, during the end of the film Infinity
Yeah.
War in
You
terms
saw,
of
you saw
timeline.
his
He had the ankle bracelet
ankle
on.
bracelet.
So he was just teaching his daughter how to, some archery. His wife was there with the 2 kids across a couple yards away, just chilling,
Yeah.
having like a nice barbecue.
I saw a meme on Instagram, and it was like throughout the movies, how many times they called Hawkeye 0, how many times Hawkeye's daughter got called Hawkeye? One.
Yeah.
That was the first ever mention of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, he slightly got mentioned. He got called the Hawk in Avengers 1 when Eric Selvig was like, "Oh, the Hawk," in his nest.
Yeah.
But he didn't get
Chillin.
the eye part, but
Right.
you know. But yeah, it opens up with him, and you get to see like him bonding with his family and stuff. Again,
Who puts mayo on a hot dog?
some.
I do, little man. Yo, that triggered me. I was like, yo, I put mayo on my hot dog.
That's interesting,
I'm
actually.
like, that's why you about to get turned to dust, you bum. Nah, that's OD. R.I.P. his family.
But,
You put mayo in your hot dog?
yeah.
That's
That's
gross.
fucking gross.
But yeah, they like the scene had no music
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
at all, so you could
Which-
tell
which
that
made it
something.
more chilling.
Yeah, it made it way more chilling. So like getting dusted is still like something that's just like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
Bro,
so.
that's scary. You're just gone.
Yo,
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner's acting and that was
Yeah,
solid,
he was
too.
like-
he was like, hello, like, he's like, where are they?
And then his face when he turned on, his face was just like, he was like, nah, some fucked up shit is going on.
Yeah.
So you get the Marvel Studios logo again.
I thought they were gonna do Stan Lee again.
That's
yeah,
what I
I thought they were
Yeah.
just
That'd be
Stanley
cool.
again.
Nah, they
but-
did the original joint, right?
Yeah.
They did the original joint.
And then now we open with Peter Quill's ship with Nebula and Tony
Yes.
on the ship.
Damn, that
And-
message he left for Pepper, bro. Yeah, you saw
Yo,
how
he
skinny
was so skinny.
Yeah, because that's what again.
That's what happens when you don't
That's
eat.
pretty accurate because in space you lose bone density,
Yep.
you lose weight really quick.
Not even that. Just he probably didn't have
Bro,
sufficient amount
21
of protein
days.
and shit to eat.
21 days, almost a month out in space, and
I
He
lo-
said,
I
and he
love
said
the
food ran
scene.
out 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's.
I love,
the
the, I love the
oxygen-
scene where he went to go give Nebula the thing and she was
Does she
like,
even need to eat that bum ass?
nah.
she's an android,
what
so
I
I don't
you know what I
think.
also
that's,
realized?
that's why she was like, nah, bro,
I'm
you
good.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
you just
you know
found
how
that
they're-
out? And you've been there for 21
You
days,
know how they
bro?
were playing paper football?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's funny.
I feel like he was training for that moment where he flicked Ant-Man into.
Hey, that's a good.
That's a good
you know,
little catch.
Yeah.
that.
He
It's
might
like,
have been
oh,
training.
He was like, yo, I'm gonna tell you this, yo. I've been training for
I've
this
been
moment. Flicked
But-
him perfectly too.
But yeah, I liked also that it was kind of like again some more character interaction, which is what we go into these
100%.
films like
yeah,
wanting to see.
I like that because they're two different dynamics.
Yeah,
like,
way different. Nebula
Two
is
people like I it's like one of the two people like I never really thought that they
Right.
would ever interact
Again,
with.
yeah.
Again, like I said, something you didn't think you needed, but like it was so worth it.
It's
Yeah,
also
word
like her
interaction.
and War Machine.
Yeah,
It was like, I know what you mean.
right.
Like, I know how
Oh,
you
yeah,
feel.
yeah, we're both kind of broken. And
I love how she interacted with both the
The
people that
yeah.
suit up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fire. Basically,
Iron
the
suits.
only two regular humans besides Natasha and Hawkeye
Yeah,
in the whole film.
Yeah.
So now you have them like working on the ship, like trying to get the fuel cells to work and all that. You got Tony in his black tank top again, with the arc reactor under it.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
a callback, and
and clanking metal,
and clanking,
or,
and
like,
then
just working
and
on
then he
something.
goes again to like that's the scene where he leaves a message for Pepper, right?
Yeah, he was leaving it. While he was leaving it, it showed what they were doing to
Yeah.
like, fix the ship. And he was like, "Yeah, but this is all we could do now. It's done."
Yeah, he's like, so like, you know, I'm gonna be okay. He said, I'm gonna be all right. And I'm like, and then when
It's
he
like
goes and he lays down and go to sleep, and I'm like,
Why did she sit him up?
because
He
know,
I think he was just uncomfortable.
they spent,
Like,
bro,
I
they
don't
spent
know.
like 20 days together. You would think that, you know, that she's like, all right, we gotta. I guess I'm assuming she's like, if I want to get anywhere, I also have to keep him alive as well. I'm assuming, but I also don't see why Nebula would be a asshole. You know,
no,
like
I,
don't-
think he's just saying genuinely why did he like
What was the
why,
point of
why,
sitting-
why is him
Well-
sitting up more comfortable than him laying down?
I don't know that hard ship floor. I don't.
Yeah, it is a hardship
I
floor.
guess.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I
either.
guess maybe the
But
seat has
then
padding.
we
You
see
get him sleeping, and then like
the bright light. I was like, yeah, that's
The
Captain
glowing
Marvel.
light, and I'm
That's
like-
Captain Marvel. Imagine it wasn't. It was just like a comet. Just
just hits him, and it's just like, oh shit.
oh,
boom, and it cuts to her. She's in she's in that
She just-
same different suit that
Yeah.
that you see,
and just gives the smirk.
and she just smirks. She's like, "Yo,
Tony's like,
that's you."
am I dreaming? Am I in heaven?
Is this
So
God?
then she
They come down.
Yep, she gets him back.
The
We-
Avengers run out.
bro, you get that amazing scene of him seeing Steve, and it's not
You know,
like
it's funny.
oh fuck you from before. It's like
You're God, you're
yo,
alive.
like
yeah.
Yeah, like
I
let
lost
me help you.
and
let
then
me
he
help
goes,
you.
I lost a kid. I lost a kid, and then
He's
like
like, we all lost.
he starts like basically like
Yeah.
crumbling. I'm like, fam, this is real, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like this like about this film is like this is like the most real all these characters have been
100%.
because of the desperation, because they know they lost.
They lost, yeah.
So that's why I'm a kind of defend. I have like a defense for Thor, like for him ending up like how he
I
is.
know what your defense is going to be.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So
his reunion
I'll
with-
rebuttal your defense.
no, it's
Oh.
fine. That's what we're here. That's what we're here for. That's
Yeah.
what we're here
His
for.
reunion with Pepper was nice too. Like,
Yeah.
the way she ran up to him. Yo,
Yeah,
he
you know
was
what's funny? It's
steaming
like,
that scene.
is that Steve ran up to Tony before she.
Yeah, because she didn't expect like because I think
Yeah, but
Nebula
we
walked
didn't
down
know
first,
Pepper
right?
was alive, right? Until that
Yeah, we
moment.
didn't know
Yeah,
she
yeah,
got
we didn't
snapped
know, we
away.
didn't
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's like, please tell me that she, and then she came into the screen.
Yeah.
Fam, that was a very good relief.
100%. I
was.
bet.
Yeah, that was a great relief.
And then we get them all sitting down. They're kind of talking. And
Fam.
he's kind of like, I wouldn't say, a lot of people were like, oh, like obviously he's still experienced very like, he's been through a lot.
So
Yeah.
he has trauma.
He has trauma, but I feel like regardless of the trauma or not, he would have said what he said. He was like, yo, like,
He was
what
pissed
did I
off.
say? He's like, I was right, wasn't I?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
needed
yeah.
defense systems, but everybody's like, no, like, we're the Avengers.
And then he crumbled and he went up to Steve and he was like,
Yo.
liar. Like you said we were gonna
You said you were
beat
gonna
him
be
together
there.
Or
You said you
lose
were gonna
together.
be-
and
Well,
we're
here
gonna
we
lose
are.
together. Liar. Here we are. Like and then he just crumbled and fell.
And then what's his name was like,
Rhodey?
huh?
You talking about Rhodey? He was like, yo, like you gotta relax.
No, they're like, oh, you fought Thanos, right? He's like, I fought Thanos. I was like, no, he wiped me to fucking.
Yeah, like
he
he
worked
threw a
us.
plan
Cleaned
on
me.
me.
He threw a fucking comment at my head.
He
Yeah.
threw a moon at him.
Moon at
They
him,
threw a
yeah.
moon at him.
I'm glad like that showed like I don't think Steve in a way thought he was wrong. Like I don't think Steve himself thought he was wrong. I just think he's like, you know what? Like because of his character, he's like, I'm not gonna argue with him. Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have more important matters in our hand.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just let him
But
rant
also,
and, like, relax.
you know, also I feel like Steve is like, yo, we held that L.
Yeah.
Just from his face at the end of Infinity
Yeah.
War. Oh God, like
Yeah.
we
lost.
got clapped. So
that was good acting too, like
yeah.
on everyone's part. Like Tony was just going off.
fam,
He's
I
like-
did
and-
not
and then-
expect
and then
that.
when he was like, you know what, like I had this vision, but I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah,
because
I didn't want to
it be
freak
true.
anybody out.
It's
Yep.
a reference back to Age of Ultron,
Yep.
where Scarlet Witch showed him that.
Yep.
So
Fuck, man.
damn, like everything is just so connected in this.
Yeah,
universe.
like
insane.
and it's again, this is a really dense film. So like, if we forget stuff along the way and we have to like use the time stone to go back and remind us of it,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot. Like
There's a lot.
in that beginning scene alone, and you get to see you get to see them sometime after they put a sedative to Tony. Like, so I'm assuming that Pepper stayed behind and cared for him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they're like,
Black Widow's basically running like a
You know-
universe watch.
yep.
Well, that's not.
No, that's not what happened next. That's
Yeah,
not what happened
Yeah,
next.
my jump.
That's 5 years.
He's like,
Oh, that was 5 years.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
last
yeah,
5
yeah.
years.
What
my
happens
bad.
is Captain or
Nebula.
Nebula says, "Oh, I know
where
he's at.
Thanos is.
He's over here."
Oh, word.
And then Captain
Oh,
Marvel's
then
like, "All right,
skip
bet,
the
let's
whole
go."
scene.
Or no,
Oh.
all right, bet I'm gonna go. And
Yeah,
then they're
yeah.
like, "Whoa."
Yo,
And then
War
Thor
Machine
gets
was
up
like-
and he's like,
War Machine was like, yo, we all about that superhero life.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
where were
yeah.
you? They're like, yo, like, not other planets have y'all.
exactly.
Yeah, not other planets have
And
the
that was a
Avengers.
great point because also again,
And Steve was like, you're right.
yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
He
he's
was like,
like,
yo, we the shit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
shit.
We lost, but we the shit.
We did something.
Yeah,
and
because
other
she kinda
and it's
compared
true.
herself-
Also, other planets don't have them,
Yeah.
so they don't have a.
And other planets could be probably in the worst conditions because
Exactly.
of the snap.
Definitely. And back to what you were saying, like,
What?
I think what they did, what I kind of called on out too, is Thor was very quiet.
entire
he
time.
put the whole blame on him.
Yeah, he took that on his
Obviously, yeah,
shoulders.
he was like, you
Shoulders
should have
and-
went for the head. And he snapped.
I
It was
should've.
like, damn,
Like,
that's
why
all I
didn't
had
I?
to do.
Because
he wanted to be
to-
cocky. He wants
It
to be like,
was-
I told you.
It was
died
that
for this.
hubris. It was that
He wanted,
hubris.
he wanted
It's
to
like-
draw it out.
yeah.
He wanted to
to
draw
draw it
his
out.
death out.
So
That's that defense that I think Ariel was going to have on.
Not
him.
just that. It's not just that. I feel like it goes deeper into his character and all that. But
He also lost, like, Asgard.
yeah,
yeah, his
So he-
brother.
and half of his people. At that,
And then,
yeah.
he lost
And then he
people.
lost most of
he
his
lost
people.
Asgard and then half of his people. And then,
More Asgard.
no, he lost Asgard.
Oh, right,
lost
I
some of his
understand.
people because
And
of
then
they
some
went
Heimdall,
to yeah.
Loki.
Yeah.
And then the Avengers.
And then
Some
half of the
Avengers.
universe because of him.
So
Like, that's tragic, bro. I'd be.
so like the movie really like has those moments again where it's like, fuck, like this is mad sad, and then it goes, oh, we know what Thanos is, and I'm like, oh shit. So they all suit up, and Rocket's like,
Yo, they
"Alright,
scared the shit out of me.
who here hasn't been to space yet? You see everybody, and Rhodey was like,
Or he's
Yeah.
like, what do you think?
like, don't throw up on my ship.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool how like the not
First of all, wait, that was cool though. Seeing him in space, like Captain America in
Yeah,
space.
and he was
Black
just
Widow in space.
Yeah, that was
and he was just like, oh
the-
shit,
yo,
like,
when
this is legit.
when Thanos is like walking around and you see how he's like very
They call it the Garden, by the way. They call this
Yeah,
the
the
Garden.
the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he's walking around on the in the garden, he was like
Limping.
and limping. You like I was like, yo, he's fucked
Yeah.
up.
So
So
then-
I knew when they were
then-
coming in. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, so like
They're
they're
to
really
work
about to
him.
clap.
They're
me.
worried about to work him.
It goes
And
to
then-
show. It also goes to show that like you can have all this power. You could be a god
but you
with all
can't
these.
use it.
But like after that snap, it's like it takes a toll on
Well,
you.
yeah, we
No,
also
no,
gotta
no, no.
mention. They mentioned
He
that-
was fine after the first snap.
then he did it again.
He destroyed the stone, and that's why he.
That's
got
what almost
fucked
killed
up.
him. Yeah, remember
Yeah.
you gotta
Oh,
mention
yeah.
Black Widow was like he used the stones again.
Yeah, they were
And-
like,
yeah, they
they were
mentioned
like,
that.
we there was this huge energy source, and it only happened again 2 days ago or whatever, whenever it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
because he destroyed it. He's like, I did what I had to do. I don't want anyone else to use the stones or whatever. I'm gonna destroy it. But he
He
fucked
said that the
himself
stones
up.
served their
Bro,
purpose.
Can
He
we
Yeah.
fucked
just
himself
Yeah.
up.
can we just talk about Carol Danvers always has a dope entrance. She just
Yeah.
just came right in.
Yo,
there.
he
No-
was about to have the
and-
dopest soup ever. He was just ready. He's like,
he was
yo,
like, oh
uh,
man,
K-
I've been waiting for this soup all
Kayla
day.
was like, oh, when they showed it, she was like, Shrek?
my girl was like, oh, he's so cute with his shirt on. I'm like, yo, who team you on, bro?
Nah,
Gotta
but for
fuck
real,
this
he
dude up.
looked like an actual, like, you know what? I'm
Like a
just
farmer,
chilling.
like he's
Yeah.
relaxed and stuff. And it's
He's
so
like,
interesting that like
oh, I'm gonna
you see how
take
skinny,
my-
you see how skinny his arm was,
Where he was dumb, bro. He was just like,
yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
and
that,
how
the
like it went all the
Stormbreaker
way
when
up to his face and stuff.
the
Yo.
Stormbreaker
Came in and
sliced
chopped
through that
his arm
shit.
Yo,
off.
right away there was no build up. He came in,
Boom.
Nah.
he was ready. He's like, yo, I'm
He
not.
literally was like, get that shit off.
Yeah.
Yo, when that happened,
and then
like
when-
she was like, she was holding him. I was like, yo, she is Aki right now. I
Again,
imagine like, shh, 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 just go to sleep. Just
yo,
shh, shh.
Carol.
Yo, and then when Cap walked in like a fucking
Boss,
like
bro.
he was just like,
He's like,
where are the stones?
yeah,
I was just like,
he's
I
like-
was just like,
bro, nope. He's like, where the stones?
Like we're not gonna ask again. Like this is like we like.
So they cut his arm off, and they're like, yay, we got it.
and then
Jeez.
Rocket turned it over and he was like,
All shot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
And then,
oh. my
and then they
God.
start talking to him, and then I think Thor realizes there's nothing
like,
that they can
there's
do. So he's
nothing.
like,
there's nothing
"Fuck
to
you."
talk about.
Well, yeah, let's talk about how he explained it, right? He just literally he brought them into space and just disintegrated them, right?
Yeah.
Like, they were
no.
gone.
What?
That's what he did. Thanos. He sent them off like into space and disintegrated them.
No, he the reason why he hurt himself is because he broke it
Right, that's what I'm saying.
he used the stones to destroy the stones.
Right.
Yeah.
So
on his
something-
gauntlet while
something
he
he
was
po-
holding it.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
he's fucked
That's why
up.
he's fucked up.
So
Right.
all he did was probably snap again
Yeah,
to
exactly.
destroy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you also get to see how, in getting that information, Thanos is like, no, this is destiny. I am inevitable.
Yeah, I
Like,
said that.
however you're gonna try to undo this, it's gonna happen
He
again.
doesn't
because
even care
this-
that he knew he was gonna die.
Yeah, he was like, because he's like,
I did what I
I'm
had to do.
inevitable. Like,
They were like, what did like they asked Thor, what did you just do? He's like, I went for the head.
Yo, I said it. Remember?
and I
Yeah.
love.
I was
that.
like, I went for the head, and then he said, I was like,
Also, that's one of the best shots in the film where he's going out and it just gets blurry, and you hear the. It's
Oh,
called
yeah.
Porch. It's called the theme by Alex Silvestri, Little Mio.
Yeah.
Because that
Oh.
just so, and I got goosebumps because you hear them, and then like
It just showed
Thor's
Thanos'
walking
head.
out, and it's like he's like more pissed than anybody in that damn room, like
Yeah.
regardless of who they lost.
You know what I find very interesting that I just thought of this is like even though Nebula and Gamora like they're fighting against him, they still have some sense of compassion for him because Nebula stayed there with his head and she was just like,
No,
Damn.
because she was finally getting that apology that she's always wanted from him.
oh that
and
is
then
true
he
too.
gets
Yeah,
his head
before,
sliced off.
yeah, before yeah, where he was like, I underestimated you, daughter, or whatever, right? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
He was like, "Thank you, daughter."
Yeah.
Because she was like, "My dad is many things, but a liar. He's
a
not."
liar's
Yep.
not one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's something that's consistent
that is consistent. He's
in
not
terms
a
of the
liar.
writing, in terms of the
100%.
He's not a
character.
liar.
He's never
He
lied.
Thanos doesn't lie.
Surprisingly, he's a fucking maniac. He is not a liar, and he does have some sort of like
He's not a
morality.
hypocrite then. So
He
Not-
doesn't like. He doesn't.
I wouldn't say morality. I would say more rationality.
No, it's like he doesn't want to kill. He didn't kill Tony. He
No, he wanted to kill Tony.
He was going to kill
He
Tony
was
if he
going to
didn't- if
kill-
he didn't get the stone.
If he
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
get
that's right.
It's
Here's
not
the
just.
thing.
It
Yeah, but
wasn't
he's
even
using
because of
his
the
word.
stone. He was going to
He's a
kill
man of
Tony
his
before.
He's a
word.
man of his word, but he also like he. All right, this goes back to like Doctor Strange saying there's only one chance, and the one chance was giving him what he wanted.
Right.
If he didn't get what he wanted, he would have murdered all of them easily.
I
And
don't-
that's like him like going like, all right, I'm not holding back anymore.
But
I'm gonna
remember,
kill you
he
guys.
only kills when he needs to.
That's
Right,
what
right,
I mean.
right,
That's what I mean.
But I think the only person that he had extreme prejudice towards actually causing harm was towards Tony because of what happened in New York. He's like, I know who Stark is. And also, Thanos has had the Mind Stone for God knows
Wait.
how long. Because remember, he goes, Stark. And
Yeah,
then
no,
Tony's
You're
like,
not
you
the
know
only-
me?
but
He's
how
like,
the only one cursed with
you're
knowledge?
not the only one burdened with knowledge.
What? Okay, but how does he know him again? Can we go over that one more time?
It could be explained by
They
what
didn't
happened
explain it, really.
in Avengers. That Tony was the one who went through the
went
wormhole
through the wormhole,
and
yeah.
nuked that part of his army that he had.
But then you see a man. How you gonna know his name? And then how
Well,
you
he literally
burdened
said,
with
"I am
knowledge."
Iron Man." Everyone knows who Iron Man is. It's not a secret.
Also, who knows how long Thanos has been reconning Earth? Like you don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
And also that guy that he had working for him, the other, who was a Chitauri, like I guess.
yeah, probably one of the
warlock or
Chitauri went
something.
back to him and told him, like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
he
this
was like-
guy called Iron Man."
Humans.
Like yeah,
You know,
I guess. Yeah.
but so the 5-year jump happens after Thor leaves.
Right.
bro. When it said 5 years later, I was like, "Wow."
So now we're in
He did it.
2023,
Yes,
Yes.
And that is present day for the Marvel universe.
and
right
you
now.
get
Well,
a
is it
sweeping
Is
shot.
it 2019 when they do this, or is it 2018? Oh no, it's
2018. It's still
because
2018. Yeah,
It just happened.
yeah.
Right.
right. Yep.
2 days
So,
ago.
yes.
Yeah.
And we have a Cap support group with
In New York, you see City Field as empty.
Yeah.
Because you know the Mets
Shake my head.
clearly still haven't won shit after this. Yankees all day. But yeah, you have the support group that Cap
with
has
Jim Sterling.
and
Starlin,
and
yeah.
Anthony Russo.
Yeah, that was funny. Is Anthony Russo gay in real life?
I don't know, but
Oh,
you
he
have
did say something about a boyfriend, right?
Right,
Yeah,
he went
yeah.
on a date.
I was like, oh, is he gay?
I mean that's cool. You know, they have somebody.
No,
who's
I was
the
just
first-
curious. I didn't
No, I'm
know.
just saying like openly, like they
All
have
right.
that. They just threw it out there
And
casually.
I love
Yeah.
how he was like, yeah, when he ordered the salad, he started to cry. And then Cap was like, when did you cry? He's like, when I ordered the dessert. Yeah, before the dessert.
Yeah.
Because that's, bro, imagine half the universe being decimated. You know how much shit.
Half
how
the people
different-
you know.
Right. It's just like,
And also something subtle that Cap said was like, I forgot who said something like, oh, I saw a whale in the Hudson today. Like,
Oh, yeah.
fewer ships.
Fewer ships, less
Wildlife
pollution.
is now thriving.
So Thanos, it's just
Yeah,
saying
that's-
he was kind of right.
That was like Cap trying to be positive, and then Natasha was like,
Please don't.
yeah. please don't. Like,
And
if,
it's
we're gonna,
also-
if we're gonna try to find a positive side out of this, I will throw this sandwich at you.
And it's also amazing to see how Natasha is now like kind of like she asserted herself in that Nick Fury position, and she's
Yeah.
like, and like her face just looks manic. Like she's like, I need to do this or else I will go nuts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. I'd like there's nothing else for
That's
me
the only
to do.
thing.
Exactly.
Everyone was keeping themselves busy.
Yeah.
Cap with the support group, Natasha, like, you know,
Thor-
essentially
Thor
being the.
with
And I like-
Fortnite and beers.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what he's up to
Yeah.
yet, but we
Right.
also see how the Avengers also like they were in that hologram kind of sequence,
Right.
like where you see Alexander Pierce use in
Right.
Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
and you see all of them there, and then Carol got a haircut.
Fire.
Linda.
Fire.
Linda.
So Carol got a haircut, and she's out here, you know, like doing what she has to do in the universe.
Right.
Rhodey is wherever he is.
Mexico.
China.
Yeah, Mexico.
He's trying to track down Barton.
Wasn't it China? He said China.
No,
No, he said
No, he
Mexico.
said Mexico because
You sure?
yeah. I mean, you're gonna see it again. You could.
But
He was in Mexico, but he
Barton,
said-
But Barton does go to
Yeah.
Hong Kong or
no,
No,
he goes
he
to
went to
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
He goes to Tokyo. Yeah.
Tokyo.
Oh, why? I'm bugging.
But yeah, so he's doing that. Nebula and Rocket are
Right.
doing stuff.
Because remember you said cartel guys? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cartel. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So now we all get a hint that Hawkeye is keeping himself busy,
Busy, definitely.
quote unquote,
Murking everybody
Yeah.
in sight.
murking all the bad people who are
Yeah.
still alive.
I
after all
love that
this.
though. Like, thank you. You didn't show him once in Infinity War, so now you got to make him a
Yep.
real beast.
Yeah, he
in
started the
Endgame.
movie. He
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
off the
Yeah.
movie.
And then you see Rhodey going, Natasha, like
I don't know if I want to find him.
I don't know if
These
you want
crime
to find
scenes
him.
are bad.
Like the way he's leaving these guys looking is like, you know.
It's not the guy we know. That's
Exactly.
basically what he was saying is like. I
So
don't-
you get that sense of like, all right, so clearly 5-year jump. So Tony's out of the picture. We don't know what he's up to. But you also see that Nat in that moment, she's like tearing up because she's like, besides the
what happened-
Avengers,
What happened to my friend?
yeah,
she was
like
my-
that's her best friend.
And that was a point where it kind of hit me too. I'm like, we've never seen Natasha like
Yeah,
they
this emotional?
lost. Like
Yeah.
she is an assassin, and she's crying over, and that's the only real family she's had.
Yep.
Like
especially
we have no
Barton.
mention.
Barton's
of,
been her day one
Also, he's our day one
with
because
Fury, and they're both dead.
also because of what she said in Avengers 1 when she was talking to Loki.
yeah.
Clint was on his way to assassinate me because she was a Russian operative, and then he made a different call. So he gave me a second chance to
Yeah.
not be a monster anymore.
So she gave him that second chance.
Yep.
So yeah.
Wow,
exactly.
bro, this is
Damn,
dense, man.
Good.
We're like
I
we're like
completely forgot
15
about
minutes
that.
in right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. But,
So now we go to Tony, right? To see what he's up to. Oh wait.
No.
Something a little subtle
They
moment.
only come to Tony after Ant-Man. Ant-Man comes out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
but a
happens.
little subtle moment that I pointed out. I was watching a Easter egg video. I'm not gonna name drop them because I don't fuck with them like that because they're not Charlie. So,
shout out Mercy also, and not these people.
yeah.
Whoever these
But they
people
pointed
are.
out that in that scene in the holograms when they're all like, so what are you gonna do? And then Carol is like, unfortunately, not every planet has Avengers.
Right.
And then Rocket is like, what are you gonna do? Get another haircut? So again, you see that the team is bonding. Like they've known each other for some time now,
Yeah,
for over
it's
5 years.
Been
Yeah,
5 years.
yeah,
So
there's
then-
some form of
Wait,
comfortability.
where was Rocket?
He's with Nebula off.
with Nebula,
I
yeah.
guess I don't know what they were
They're
doing.
just
Doing
planet-
probably what they were doing before.
doing what Captain
Yeah.
Marvel's doing. But
So
just-
you
stealing
see
shit.
Carol look over to War Machine and she goes, "Be careful." She don't say that to nobody else. So maybe because in the comics,
comics,
they
they
get
do.
they're like an item, like they get together.
yeah.
And also,
I was
What?
thinking the same. I was
Yeah.
thinking the same
Wow.
thing. I forgot.
you know
about
why?
that,
Because
yeah.
Captain Marvel
But-
can relate to him because
they're
they're both in the Air Force.
yep,
Oh, facts.
both pilots.
Yeah, one.
Oh, so you think they getting something bumping?
What?
Got something
Like
going
I
on.
War
Hint-
Machine.
little hints at that. little
Maybe
hints at that.
in these 5 years they've been. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Also, no, but peep how she looks at him and says, "Yo, be careful."
I will
when you go
tonight,
see
yeah.
tonight.
Imagine Rocket was like, "So we ain't shit."
Oh no, they already left the
Oh, they left
Yeah,
the
they
chat.
left, yeah.
Imagine. Rocket
Maybe
and Nebula
that's
has
why.
Left the chat.
Yeah.
Because he was
Nah.
the only one left. She was
Nah.
like, be careful.
Wait. Imagine she was like, I was gonna say it to them, but she was the only one here.
Nah,
don't
fam.
don't think I'm saying it because we got something going
Nah,
on. You
fam.
know what? I'm just leave the chat right now.
Carol, I feel like I don't feel like any line in this film was misplaced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think either.
So
Yo,
yeah.
I want to
Including
mention
Loki
too,
getting the Tesseract. I think something's going to happen.
maybe.
Yo, I better think.
What I,
No, we getting there, we getting there.
Just mention Rock. I just want to mention. I think his character development
Was
has
fantastic.
been really good between the
Fam.
Guardian movies and this movie.
in my MCU rewatch,
Yo, he didn't like get happy when he saw Groot.
Yeah, he.
yes, he did.
No,
Yeah.
like
It
they
was
have,
When he went to protect him, he was like, ah!
well, that's because they have like things flying.
Yeah,
at
I
them.
Yeah,
know,
but he
but-
wasn't like, Groot.
Didn't he hug him though?
But
when he was
here's
doing
the
that?
thing. Like I know we're
I
still
think
gonna get into that, but
Time
it's
so
just,
forward.
right. It's just nobody like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like they had like the little moment, but it wasn't like a happy. Like
It's like,
everyone was like, all right, let's get through this
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
then
action
we'll-
heavy.
I got, yeah.
You know
I
what I
knew
mean?
that
It's
was
like-
a-
it's
It wasn't
good.
like in Infinity War when Cap is like, oh, so you got a beard. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I copied your look and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Like,
like,
you know,
there
you-
were some moments where
Yeah, you-
they
you don't-
stopped and said, "Hey, like whatever," like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Star-Lord and Gamora thing where she kicked him in the nuts.
I feel like
Then-
they all knew they didn't want to have that happen and then just get snapped again.
Yeah.
So they're just like, yo, let's wait this out, let's win, and they'll be like, I bet
yeah,
was
exactly,
good.
yeah, exactly.
You know, so all right, let's get back. Now we're
So
at
now-
Tony.
so
now- So now we get back to Tony. Remember, in Age of Ultron, he says, maybe I should do what Hawkeye did. Build a farm for Pepper, start
yeah.
a family and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yo, that felt like a nice ass place to live, bro.
That looked
That
like,
looked dope.
it looked
Yeah.
so peaceful that he was like, I guess he just came to terms like, yo, like we lost. Like, I'm going to move on.
Yeah,
So,
he handled in some ways he handled it the best. I think out of everyone.
Well, because he didn't lose his family.
but he
Well,
was
he
still
didn't have-
reluctant. He was still reluctant because he lost Peter.
Peter, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he did
yeah,
look
yeah,
good.
yeah.
But I'm saying he still handled it
Yeah.
the best.
So
He-
then we see Tony outside, and I got goosebumps because
Whoa.
he has a. Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
we're jumping past Ant-Man.
Wait. Do you guys think if it had been Pepper, like she got dusted and they came up to him with this idea,
I think
would've
he
done
would
it?
have
He
created.
would've
I feel like
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
he would have
No, they
been
wouldn't
just
even
as
come up-
desperate as Clint.
Not even that. They wouldn't even have come up with the idea. He would have.
Yeah,
He'd
he
be like,
would've.
nope, time travel. He's like, I got it. I figured it out, guys.
I mean, he wouldn't have sparked that.
Unless Ant-Man came.
Unless Ant-Man
the
came and
5
brought it
years.
up.
Oh,
the
right,
5
right,
years.
yeah.
But he had a whole
Quantum
5
So let's
years.
rewind. Let's rewind here.
Yeah. So
Ant-Man come or
No,
the
no.
rat.
Shout out
the
to
rat.
that rat.
The
Yeah,
rat.
Oh,
shout
that's
out
what
to
the
that.
spoilers without context is.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the
I
only
saw
one
the
I
rat.
wasn't getting. I kept seeing the rat, and I'm like, what the fuck is a rat again?
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
fucking-
Yeah.
So
you didn't like that, right?
So basically,
It's just lazy
no,
writing.
no, it's not lazy writing.
Here, let me
It's
tell you.
desperate.
This
let
was
me
all
tell you why.
intricate. Doctor Strange knew that everything was gonna end up how it
Right,
was gonna
right,
end
right,
up.
right, right. But it's like, so you're telling me that somebody found the van
And told
and
it.
said and towed it, but
Yeah.
they didn't say what
What's
the
in
fuck
the back
is
of the
that
van?
in the back.
I
Like-
thought the same thing, but literally half the universe is gone. They're just putting shit away.
Yeah, they
bro.
really just don't care.
They're just like, who
They're
cares?
hoarding now at this point.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
think the guy's
yo,
gonna
but
know
did
how
you
to
see the
work?
It's been
streets?
5 years.
Did you see the
Nobody
streets?
said.
Yo,
Yeah,
brother.
but it's been 5 years. Nobody's gonna like the guy. Like I don't know.
Like
I mean,
the guy who
it-
found it is gonna try to open it. I guess. Like, oh, what's this? And then I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Nah,
but
like-
definitely. I understand.
Alright.
someone's gonna make a PTO out of that. Like, what the fuck is this tunnel shit?
I understand. It's a little nitpicky.
tunnel shit.
But even
it's
though
whatever.
I don't think they would have looked at it as a tunnel. They were like, "What is this machine back
Well,
here?"
well, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah, but what is the machine?
Also, the
And
van
then-
wasn't marked. Like it wasn't like a company or something name on
exactly,
it for them
yeah.
to know.
So
Yeah.
they would definitely would have like. I mean, not definitely,
Like,
obviously,
played
but
with
whatever.
it.
Like, yeah, like I would have been. I mean,
I
again,
wouldn't-
it's
I wouldn't
nitpicking.
touch that shit.
I'm nitpicking.
That shit might vaporize me. I'm not touching that shit.
But like the rat running across, like it would have been fine. It would have been better for me if I saw like one of the like somebody come and just be like, "What the fuck is this?" or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. But like again, so anyway, back on the rat.
mean,
the rat
Ant-Man-
comes and turns it on, and then he gets out, and then
He goes like, "Hey," to Ken Jeong, who's
"Yeah, Ken Jeong, yeah."
who makes a cameo. Doesn't have a word of
Or-
dialogue though.
I love he's just walking
He's
after
just
him
looking at the-
outside, and Paul or Ant-Man just turns around like,
Like, good
"What?"
looks.
Like, thanks.
Yo,
man."
because he was just looking at him like, where did you come from?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So now we have him visit the neighborhood, his neighborhood where Cassie
and
lived
then
at.
the kid that was riding the bike, he was like, "Kid, what
Yeah.
happened here?" Kid kind of looks at him like, "Yo, where
Are you
have
kidding
been?"
me?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
where have you been?
Stupid. And he's over there
Like,
trying to look for
stupid.
the names, and he sees himself.
yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
first thing he
Like,
does.
I thought he was gonna see his daughter's name. I was
No,
like,
I was
Yo.
scared to see Cassie
Oh,
there
yeah,
too.
I
I'm like,
was
like,
fuck, that was gonna
yo.
fuck
And
him
then
up.
we saw Cassie as a teenager.
Yeah, like that's
That's wild.
Yeah, but that's the
crazy.
thing. He was looking for Cassie's name probably.
Yeah,
It's
he
not
was
that-
But
Oh,
then
he-
instead
that's
he
what he
saw
was.
himself.
He's like, "Where's Cassie? Where's Cassie?
Yeah.
Please don't tell
That's
me
at
Cassie."
Scott
And he saw
Lang,
his,
it's
yeah, he's
like- what?
yeah, went and then it was knocking on the door like crazy, and then
They have
she
that
popped
moment
up. That was
there.
nice. That was sweet. I like that.
And
You
moment.
know
then-
what? That was cute because he was just like,
You've gotten so big.
he was like, "You've gotten so big." Like out of everything, like all he cares about right now is
It's
just
his
her.
daughter.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I think like really brings his story around a bit more because like he's legit just doing this for his daughter. Like I feel like Ant-Man, the films about Ant-Man are just about redemption. Like
Yeah.
I fucked up and I'm
prove
Yeah,
to his daughter
exactly.
that
It's
he's a
about
good guy,
fatherhood.
Yeah.
Like what Deadshot said in Suicide Squad. I'm sorry to bring up this
Oh.
movie. He's like,
wow.
I'm just trying.
super reality bending here.
Yeah.
Like he's like I just wanna show my daughter that I'm not a piece of shit. We're in the DC universe now.
Anyway,
Yeah, he's just.
Oh
he's,
shit.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me use the time stone.
Wait. He's just trying to show his daughter that he's
Yeah.
not a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, like obviously he's proven himself. And then we get the scene where then he goes to the Avengers base. I like the scene though where Cap and Nat were talking. This was in the trailer, by the way, where he was like, "Some people move on,
We don't.
but not us."
We don't.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's a meta kind of reference because it's like I feel like everybody who left the theater after Infinity War was like, nah,
we're not
like,
moving
this
on
can't
from
be
this.
it.
yeah.
This
and
can't be
also
it.
it's like for people who are like spoiling it, like on all that, it's like, you know, some people don't give a shit about this, but we obviously
Yeah,
do.
and
Like,
also
there's
I
so
fe-
many people who actually give a shit about it, and it's just like
It also shows that like they're like just how they're like, fam, we're gonna figure this out. Like
100%.
we're gonna figure this out no matter what. And it just shows again how Cap is just such a pure of heart
He's
guy.
so
He is.
optimistic.
As much as
That's
he's-
probably why he's worthy too.
Yo,
yeah, because he's so
not-
optimistic.
He's not a perfect soldier, but a good man. That's
Yeah.
what
Yep.
from Avengers 1.
That's what he said.
the first
There's
Avengers
there's a
Captain America.
lot from everybody's solo film or from when they first
At least the
appeared.
original 6. Yeah.
Yeah, that came around. Like for example, like since we mentioned Cap, what I forgot the doctor's name. I wish we had an intern to know, but the German doctor who said
Isn't it Zol?
no,
Oh,
Zola,
Zola's
that's,
the
yeah.
other- yeah.
But the German doctor was like, promise
couldn't
me
pronounce
that
Yeah.
after this procedure, you're gonna be who you are and a good man,
Not a perfect soldier,
but a good man. And that's what
That's
Steve,
that's what he represents.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think he represents. Yeah, he represents America, but he also represents.
America's butt.
America's ass.
He also represents the good in humanity, I guess.
Right.
The optimism.
Yeah, the optimism in humanity. So I guess now we jump to Tony, right?
No, Ant-Man shows up.
Oh yeah, he's
Cap
like,
is
hey,
hey,
he's
Cap,
like,
Cap is like,
Yeah, he's like, I know
He's
this
like-
sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
we met in Germany at the
Yeah,
airport.
yeah. He's
remember
like-
Ant-Man? I know you know Ant-Man.
I love how they like slowly get. I was like, when is this from?
It's just
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
the front
Yeah.
gate. They changed that
And I
in the-
think
from the
Nat,
trailer.
I think Nat was also just happy to see somebody else who
Yeah.
didn't get snapped.
And it was
She
funny. He
interacted
comes
with-
in. He's like, is that anyone's sandwich? I'm starving.
they're like in the middle of talking.
Yeah.
Yo, and another thing we got to bring up for him. He said it was only 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, for everybody it was what,
That's 5 years.
and it was just 5 hours for him. It just goes to show you how time works
I would
in
be
the quantum
tight.
realm.
But I just missed 5 years of my entire life. Like
That's nuts.
that's wild.
That's crazy, and
That's
they can't
nuts.
go back because all they did was bring people back.
Yeah.
But the people who came back,
So yeah, these
look
people
the
still
same
lost
as if
5
they
years of
got
their
dusted.
lives. He lost 5 years of his life.
So then that means that Peter kind
not
of
really. He still has. He missed 5 years.
Right,
He
he-
didn't lose it. Yeah.
Yeah, he missed
didn't
the
lose
loser,
He
right.
just missed it. Wow, that's
Just
a
like
good.
everyone who got dusted.
Exactly.
They all.
Yeah.
They
They all
literally,
lost
Peter
5 years.
literally said he's like, oh, like we dusted, and if like it just
It
felt
just
like we
felt
faded
dark.
for a couple of minutes and then we came back.
And yeah, because Doctor Strange needed us, but again, time's
Oh,
coming
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Time's coming back. So Scott is there explaining. He's like, "Yo, I think I have a way that we can figure this out."
And then of course after Mr. Cap is like, you lit, like
And
we need a brain for this.
we need a big brain for
no,
this.
Big Brain was what was when we
Was
was
the
talking about
Hulk.
Hulk. They went
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
they went to Tony.
But
first.
shout out to the Hulk though.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways,
Where-
yeah, but we go to Tony, who's in his
farm,
house,
his or barn,
his
or
lodge, whatever, yeah.
lodge.
and he's
Barn.
outside, and he's like, "All right, kid, come out here." And I'm just like, he's not talking to a dog.
Where the little tent, the little nice little tent.
And I'm like, "Oh my god, he
She's
has
so cute,
Morgan."
too.
she was
She's
wearing
adorable.
the helmet.
The rescue helmet, yeah. And then he says something that's again, these characters are so relatable. He goes, "What are you wearing?" And she's like, "Oh, his mommy." He's like, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Well, your mother never wears anything. I get her anyway."
It's fine. Yeah.
Boom,
And then she
stupid.
wears it at the
Wait
end.
till the end of the movie. Dummy. Pay attention.
But you get to see how Tony has grown since then, and see how he's like embraced this whole father figure thing.
Definitely.
You see him being very warm and
Right.
close with his daughter and all that.
Because they show up, Cap.
And he's just like, "What?"
not even like he welcomes them like because he misses them.
Yeah,
but-
he's like, "I have a
but
table
he
for
knows.
6."
But
Yeah.
exactly, he knows. He's like, oh, what? Like I
He's
already
like-
know you about it. And then Ant-Man's explaining to him, and he's just like,
Oh, like Back to the Future.
yeah, yo, they drop so many movie references.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's like, "Oh, so Back to the Future."
Which one did he mention that was like wrong?
Die Hard.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like
He's like,
but that
Die
was-
Hard. Wait, no, not
no,
Die
not
Hard.
Die Hard.
He's like, maybe not Die Hard.
But no, he was like, so basically what you're planning is a time heist. And then he was like, no,
No, he said he's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do what you call a time heist, and he's like, yeah,
oh yeah, that's right, yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
And
hold on.
he was afraid to even say time travel.
Yeah.
He was like,
Like they didn't want to
it's-
even mention
it's like-
it.
Because
a
it was gonna
time traveling
sound so
machine, and
crazy.
he was like,
yeah.
no, not like
Yeah,
a time
yeah.
traveling machine.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And
He dubbed it.
from that point on, you see Tony kind of like, all right, like he started bringing up all these theories and all these paradoxes that could happen
Right.
Yeah,
in doing so, and then that sparks again,
But that gave him hope.
and that gave him
That
hope
gave him
because
hope.
the conversation he has with Pepper,
Not even that, he just knows he's smart enough
Yeah.
to do it.
and also the conversation he has with Pepper, and he's like. Like I have to do. Like I feel like there's something I have to
He's
do.
like, I'll
and then
figure it
she's
out.
like,
You know
"That's
what I
something,
love?
that's something that I failed."
You know what I love? That Pepper not once was like, you have a family now. Like, no, like, don't
Yeah.
even.
Oh,
'cause
she didn't
remember in
even-
Infinity
that was a
War-
concern.
she
That
didn't even
was
try, bro.
no, but
No,
that
is
was
it-
a concern
is she-
of hers, though.
Yeah, because she was like, when has that ever stopped you
Yeah,
from doing
yeah,
what you want to do?
exactly. Like I
And, like,
failed.
n-
That's
n-
trying to stop you.
And in Infinity War, you saw it. She was like, Tony, like,
don't go on that ship.
Yeah.
Don't go on that ship.
And so, but like, and she knows that, like, they need him.
That
greater
drive.
good.
He
The greater
is, yeah,
good.
exactly.
Also,
like,
that drive that Tony has is just like, fam, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I'm gonna do it
yeah.
regardless.
So then after Iron Man,
you see the Hulk.
yeah,
No, well, yeah,
they
they
get
go-
kicked out. They
yeah.
they say if you don't want to talk shop,
But
then you can stay for lunch.
Yeah, right.
He's
But
like, yeah,
I'm
I got a
glad-
table set up for six,
six,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
if you guys, yeah.
you guys are gonna keep talking shop, then you gotta go. So they leave, and then they
We need a
start
big
talking
brain.
to Hulk.
Yeah,
and then we
Professor
just
Hulk.
get right to Professor Hulk.
Fam,
I
that was
like, what?
that was such like I don't know if I was either happy, like to see the Hulk again.
Yeah,
We're
I was just
upset that they didn't
happy-
Show us the
no,
process, right?
I like again, yeah, something that we could have seen, but I was more happy for the character to see that Bruce kind of like
Embraced
through
it.
figured
and
himself
figured it
out.
out,
yeah.
Like he was like, "Yo," I'm like, "Wow, look how happy
you
he looks."
saw him kind of getting there in Infinity War.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Come on, Hulk, come on!"
I,
Like,
forgot, I
No!
forgot who said it. It might have been Kevin Feige. Don't quote me on that, but someone said that although he doesn't have his own solo film, or like he's not
Yeah, I
getting
think it was
any more,
Feige. I think it was
any
Feige.
more
He's getting a
individual-
character arc.
Exactly in
Throughout.
Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame.
A
That's his three movie
yeah.
character arc.
Yep.
So and they did do that. I really wish they like showed, at least when he was explaining it, they showed how he kind of worked.
Man,
with
that would have
the-
been cool.
Well, they're
They
doing
did.
with him like they do with Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah.
They don't have their movies, but they have their arcs.
right.
Also, they explain enough for you to go like, you get it, guys. Like you get the Hulk, you get Hawkeye, you get Black Widow,
Yeah.
you get a lot of this stuff. So you get to see him go, look, guys. Like he's like, oh man, my
Yeah,
girl's
and-
like, oh, he's so cute.
And I low key feel like they did record stuff like that for
They
Bruce
probably
Banner,
did, bro.
but
The
they were
movie had a
they
$400
probably-
million
They probably
budget.
watched it and was like, this isn't necessary.
Yeah, yeah.
Like people would just assume, yeah, we know.
Him
get to
explaining it probably.
Right. Let's get to it.
Yeah, it sounds better than
You know?
seeing it.
So yeah, and then the selfies, and they're like, oh yeah, you want a picture of me? I'm Ant-Man. And
Yeah.
they're just like, and then,
And then he's like, you probably don't know me. And he's like, oh, you want a picture? You sure you don't want a
He
picture?
was like,
he's
go take a picture of him.
He's
No,
gonna
make him
feel
happy.
bad.
bad. He's like, no.
he's like, the kid literally said he doesn't want to take a picture of me.
Nah, but
Literally
I
came
think
out of
that
his mouth.
was like clearly improvised because of just how the
Paul
back
Rudd.
and
Yeah,
and
the
Paul Rudd
dynamic. Paul Rudd is great,
is a
yeah.
G at that because he's just like no, it's fine. Like they don't know who I am. Like I'm Ant-Man. Like it's
Just
it's
take the
fine.
goddamn
You
phone.
know what I love? That little cutscene to Cap and Black Widow. They're just like, this is like awkward.
Yeah. But
And then he's like,
Yeah, what about
just take
Captain
the goddamn
America?
phone.
yeah, nobody wants
No
to take a
one
picture with
fucking-
Captain America.
but I
Yeah.
feel like that would be something for like somebody older though. You
I
know,
guess.
I don't.
The
You know
kids
what I'm
were
saying?
young,
Like,
yeah, true. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so they try to convince Bruce for it, and he's like, look, it's not my area of expertise,
but I'm with it.
but we might. Does he mention that we might need Tony for this? Or
No,
does- I don't
No,
remember the
he doesn't.
dialogue.
He
He-
just
he's
says-
like, yo, like,
I could
just-
try.
yeah, I don't know.
I
what's
could
gonna
try,
happen.
yeah, because
Yeah, but-
he's biology. He's
Yeah.
not quantum physics.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And then Tony just all right. Then this is when
he actually
Wait, can I mention something before we skip? They paid off kind of the relationship with him and Natasha, because she was like, you didn't think this was possible, Professor X was possible. She didn't say Professor X, she said you didn't think this was possible, and yet you did it. So she kind of gave him that encouragement, and he kind of just smiled at her like, so like it kind
No,
of
so they never,
mended their relationship in a way.
they never banged. Sorry, I had to go there.
Yeah.
I guess
They
not.
had a
Nah,
relationship.
Yo,
they
just
did.
for that, bro.
Step outside.
She got dumb happy. You saw that? She got a little freaky. She was like, "Oh, you figured it out." Yeah.
She's a dirty girl, bro.
She's like, "You know how to be both." So you know.
Oh,
God.
bro.
Nah, but
That was like in the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, bro.
Remember in the Incredible Hulk when they were in bed and she kind of
well,
had
that's
a
when
nod?
he couldn't control it. Well, that's when he couldn't get like his heart rate or something.
No, he was like, you know how I get. She's like, maybe I want the other one.
hey,
Hey, man.
yo,
That was in the
Incredible
Incredible Hulk.
But Natasha wasn't in the Incredible Hulk.
I'm not talking about Natasha. I'm talking about the girl.
he's talking
Oh,
about Betty.
Yeah.
Fucking bum ass
Bum
Betty.
ass
whatever.
Betty. That's her name from Betty Ross. Bum ass Betty Ross.
But yeah,
Back
so
back to the
so
logistics.
after the
Yeah, let's
Hulk,
keep it PG.
what comes next after?
So they go, they shrink Ant-Man, make him old.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no, yeah,
make
so-
him young, make him old. He's like, I don't know which part of
Well,
me peed.
Well,
He's
this
like,
is well,
I-
this
I-
is this
I
is
think
this
it was
is
just me.
before- that's right after Stark basically figures it out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so then he's washing
washing
dishes.
yeah, he's washing dishes and he's
You
like,
saw him fidgeting, right? He's like,
Yeah,
he's like,
antsy, he's
I-
antsy.
yeah,
He's
he's
like,
like, I
I'm
can
gonna
figure
water
this
goes
out.
I know I can
everywhere,
figure this out.
and
Yeah.
yeah. So
he gets all.
he looks at a picture of his father Howard, and then
Very
behind,
briefly, though. Very briefly.
yeah, very brief, and then
It was very
behind it,
subtle.
he pulls out the picture of him and
and-
Peter,
yeah.
and like
That hits him.
I was just like, damn, like Peter's
like-
really going. I
Yeah,
mean, I
and
know
he's-
we're getting far
yeah,
from home,
yeah,
but
and
like,
he's like, I owe it to this kid to at least look and like try.
Yeah, but then even
And
when
then-
he was like
and that-
trying to figure it out with Friday, he was just
could-
like, he was like, you know what? How about we do it inverted this, that, and you know, he's like, it might take you a while. It's okay if you don't get it. And then
and
it's
she's like,
complete, and he's
she's
like,
like, shit,
I got it.
and
Bro,
then
he
Morgan
did
is
that.
like, shit,
Bro,
And he's
he
like,
did
oh,
that.
oh, yeah,
It's-
that's
it's-
mommy's
it's like-
word.
It's like, why are you up right now? I was like, I got shit to do. I mean, I got shit.
No, but like,
He's like, don't tell your
bro,
mom.
He
Yeah.
did that in a night.
Yeah.
Time travel.
Not even in a
figured
night.
out-
It took
A couple-
10 minutes, and he figured it out.
No, we don't know. We don't know
we
how
don't- yeah,
long into
but-
the
I
night.
mean, it was a
like,
cut,
a
yeah,
couple of
but
hours,
still,
maybe.
Yeah, it
it was
way
that
too
night.
easy.
Yeah.
It
Literally,
looked like he just
and
walked up to the
fucking-
table and
and
was like,
Bruce
"All right,
was
let's
struggling.
try this.
Well, Bruce again is not an engineer. I feel like in
Well, Tony
engineering
is
there's more
smarter,
math
too.
involved.
Tony is
obviously,
smarter.
I mean,
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy.
But-
Like, that's crazy how much smarter he is.
But here's another thing. That was like the photo. That was another callback to Homecoming, where he was like, "If something happens to you, I feel like that's on me."
Exactly.
And then, like he felt that. He looked at the pictures like, "That's on me. Like I need to go back and
Yeah,
fix
that
this."
when he was giving him that speech, he was like, "If you're nothing without the suit, you can't have it."
Oh, that's right.
And if something
when
something
you're with the
happens to
suit,
you,
that's on me.
yeah.
But
If you die, that's
damn,
on me.
son. So then, yeah, he figures it out,
And then it goes to Bruce shrinking.
He's like, I figured it out.
de-aging or aging.
Scott.
I
Yeah.
thought at first, at a glance, when it was old Ant-Man, I thought that was gonna be the Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, that
I
would
thought that was gonna be
Oh,
him.
Stan Lee's cameo was in 1970.
Yeah, 1970
Yeah.
went to the Shield.
So,
days,
so,
yeah.
but I was looking. I was like, nah, it's not him. And nobody got hyped.
That would have
I'm like,
been
it's not
funny.
him. That would have been funny.
Nah, but you get to see Ant-Man basically younger, like I guess like a preteen, I guess you
Yeah.
could say.
Yeah, he's like, guys,
Older
and a baby.
than
Baby, like, mad quiet.
and
Yeah.
were they testing it out 5 seconds at a time? I'm assuming. I don't know what the time limit was.
he just kept doing it.
Yeah, he just kept
Oh,
doing
he
it.
kept going back in a week.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Go back in time in a week and come back.
And he kept
Yeah.
going back
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
He kept going either too late or too
Yeah.
early.
No,
or
I
whatever.
think he was like, he wasn't traveling through time. He was. It's like
He was getting
Tony
stuck.
Stark said it when he came up. He's like, I figured it out. He's like, let me guess. Did he turn into a baby yet? And he was like, yeah, because he knew. He was
That
like,
among other
you're
things.
not not supposed to. You got to find a way to travel through it, not have the time travel through you. So
Yeah.
that's why you needed the transporter. Which he
Exactly.
already built, by the way. You're just like, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, this is it.
Bro.
So
Go.
and also a return of again. I feel like people complain that Marvel films don't have like theme music that you remember,
Right.
but when Tony pops the trunk,
Oh yeah.
Pull-
he
pull
takes
that-
out the
yeah,
shield.
The
Yeah.
Captain America.
you hear
theme.
you hear the Captain America theme, and he's like, yo, like, and I feel like right
another
there
callback to Civil
that
War.
mends their relationship.
100%. Another
Like,
callback
I made
to
it for
Civil
you.
War.
Yeah. Right
Because-
there.
because
yeah.
he was
'Cause
like-
they
he was
shook
like,
My
hands. and
father
they were
made that,
Yeah.
and now
That's
he's
not
saying,
yours.
I made this for you.
No, that was the same shield.
No, he made a new one.
He made a new one. He said no. He said
No.
my father made this for you, so take
Yeah.
it. All he did was fix it.
Because remember in
Nah.
Civil War he dropped.
I heard I made
Civil-
this for you, right?
No.
Didn't you hear that? I heard
Civil
I
War.
made
No,
this
you
for
tell us. You tell us when you see
In
it tonight.
Civil War he
You tell us when you
dropped
see it
he
tonight.
dropped the shield.
Are you back on Instagram?
So it's his shield.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
just,
so I'll tell you guys tonight. I gotta write this shit down. I gotta pay attention to these things. And
Yeah.
Right.
it's
Cut
just bring a
scenes?
notebook.
cutscenes and I or he. I got you.
All right, so moving on now. We're like, I guess, towards the half of the
Right.
middle of the movie.
Yeah, we're gonna
Damn.
pick it up here.
Yo, who is it?
This is everybody who's alive.
In it?
But who's that?
It's
War Machine.
Come on, bro.
And
He
the
kind
new
of looks
suit.
like Ultron.
Yeah, low
Little
key.
bit.
Wow, good wordplay.
That is
Uh,
the best pun ever.
Yo, when I
Low-key.
do Loki now, I type it in as LOKI.
I peeped that you texted that to me. I'm like, okay.
You're like this
I
wing.
know he means.
This wing.
But all right. So
So Iron Man.
Tony
and
comes
Cap,
in,
They
They got
make
the
amends.
shield.
they make
Yeah.
amends. They
Shake
shake
hands.
hands.
And then while that's happening, they go Rocket and
Nebula.
and Hulk.
No, Rocket and Hulk
go to the new Asgard,
Yep.
which is on
in
Earth.
Asgard.
Norway.
And,
In Norway.
yeah, in Norway.
Literally the sign, New Asgard.
Yeah. and
New Asgard.
and they go to talk to Thor. And
Well, they meet Valkyrie.
Well, yeah, they
Well,
meet
yeah,
up with
they see
Valkyrie
Valkyrie
and
first.
say, "Hey, like, what's going on?"
Angry
with her?
girl.
Yeah,
And she's like, I kind of liked you the other way.
Yeah.
yeah. And
So shout out to Tessa Thompson.
No, she said
Oh,
either of the
either
other
of the
ways.
other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go up to Thor's little
Shaq.
shack on the hill, and then they
And then surprise.
in
I'm
surprise
He's a fat fuck.
Fat.
He's a fat slob.
bastard.
He's a
Fat
fat,
slob. My
drunk slob. And you see.
Lebowski.
Yeah, you see.
Oh my God, it's my friends.
He's like
just so excited to
Hulk.
see-
Oh my god! And still, he's ecstatic to see like familiar
What,
faces.
what does he call Rocket again? Rabbit?
Rabbit?
Rabbit,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rabbit. And
Hulk
you
was
see,
so calm.
yeah. It
Thor
was weird
Thor
to
was
see him like.
grabbing
he's
him
like,
and
oh,
he's like,
take your
"Get
hand off
your
me."
hand off me.
Please take
Yo,
your
I
hand
thought
off
they
I
were
was
gonna
like-
square up.
No,
Yeah.
but he
Nah.
said it mad calm though. He's like, please get your hand off me. He's like, come on, man.
Like no, like it almost it sounded intimidating for me. He was like,
It did sound
Thor,
intimidating.
"Get your hand off me.
Yeah,
Like-
I did, yeah.
like-
Thor,
Intimidating.
get your hand,
Get your hand off me."
But you
You're
have
fat now.
and you have also Korg. You also Korg and Meek
They're
Yeah.
playing Fortnite.
playing Fortnite. Product placement.
No.
Yo, the headset scene was dumb. Funny.
Man, and you have Thor's like, yes, this is Thor.
God of Thunder.
Yeah.
I will come
and
to you,
beers
and I will.
and gullets.
He was like, "I'll come to your home and like rip out your like
Yeah,
Wi-Fi or whatever, like tear it down or whatever." But you basically
they
have
mentioned the name Thanos, and he's like,
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we don't say that
he
name, right?
completely shut off.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't."
And Hulk was like,
say
that guy.
The
When
other
he
guy.
spoke about
That
him
guy,
again. But,
So he's trying to
So-
convince him, and Thor is just like, whatever. Like,
Yeah, and then the thing
Rock-
that finally
Rocket's
gets him on
like,
the ship
"We
is
got
like,
beer
we
on the
got
ship."
beer on the ship.
Yep.
And he's like,
I
"What
was
kind?"
still hoping at this point, at one point, he would get Slim
Aki.
somehow.
Aki.
Nah, but there was no time for that. And I think
yeah, I thought like they were gonna do something
well, 'cause-
corny,
'cause-
like if when he called out,
Right,
to
the thunder,
change.
yeah.
To
Nah.
No, well, I thought like Stormbreaker were like when he got like because remember in Infinity War
He
when
also used
when
Stormbreaker
grabbed
to open beer.
Stormbreaker, he was like really messed up from taking the dying star basically,
and it healed him.
and it healed him. So
Also,
I was like,
Hulk
so I was
also-
like,
I mean,
maybe if
Hulk.
he grabs the Stormbreaker, it'll
Get him in shape.
Yeah,
him-
but again,
They could have done
being
that. But
fat
I think
isn't
they
an
let
ailment,
him,
though.
I think they let him stay fat because it was a nod to Odin. I honestly think that's all they did.
Thank you.
Probably. Most likely.
I think it's also.
Right?
I don't think he
I
was.
no, it's not just
They
about being
could've-
fat and stuff. I just think that Thor is a Viking, my guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Like he's
Yeah, but-
he's drinking, he's
Okay.
reveling.
The-
he's
he's not,
also
he's not a
depressed.
Viking. He's a Viking
get it-
god.
we'll-
Like, that's
we'll get
what,
into
He's
more-
also depressed, and he's also getting older at that.
Right, right.
So it's safe
We'll
to
get-
say that
And
in
it hit him
these
the
5
most.
years, in these
Out of all
5
the
years,
Avengers, it hit him the
he's
most.
filled with tremendous guilt. He took one of the biggest L's out of everybody. He's lost literally everybody from his family.
You're right.
literally
he's
everything.
didn't-
half of Asgard on top of the people he lost before he lost half
Exactly,
Of
so
Asgard.
then-
he lost Asgard.
Yeah. So then now he's also.
Asgard is not a place.
It's a people.
It's a people.
And there's no people.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. He
Barely.
lost the place.
So then now he's like basically just been drinking and
Right.
lounging
I
around
get-
doing nothing.
And like he's
get
this
it.
person, and he never
But-
wanted to be the king, right?
I know, yeah.
He
Exactly.
even
And the
said that at
second
the
he
end.
is, everything goes to shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
The second he gets crowned,
Yeah.
shit.
So then he
And now he finally realized, like, I'm not going to be king. Like, I'm not going to be someone that they want me to be. I want to be someone I want to be.
So
Right.
you are completely 100% right, but also two things could be true. Yes, they could have done something about his looks there,
It's
but I feel like outside of his looks, it was more about character. That's all.
I
That's
get
all my
I-
defense about it.
and
Right,
I'm
character
fine.
based,
I'm
yeah.
fine with the look as if he was actually
Productive.
productive.
Well,
but anyway,
clearly-
we'll get to that.
yeah.
We'll get
But
to
then
that.
he,
So
he squared up with Thanos, right? He put up a fight.
Yeah,
He got- he got
but
a
also
couple
he
good
was
hits in.
he
was
wasn't
not- it-
himself.
It wasn't
he
anything
himself.
compared to what Infinity War was.
Yeah.
But if
No,
at the
but
same
'cause
time,
he was
if he
fighting
was,
Thanos. He wasn't
Yeah.
fighting like some scum ass aliens. He was
No,
fighting
but
Thanos.
Thanos, or like
The
in
other-
Infinity
No, no,
War,
I'm
he
saying-
literally 2 seconds and he already threw his axe right through his
Bro, that's
chest.
what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying,
but that was
if
like a surprise attack.
Well,
Whatever.
also again, Thor isn't Thor. He's not,
He's not.
being himself.
It's been
Like,
5 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years since he
Right,
fucking
right.
fought. Like so.
So-
yeah, that's true.
let's-
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's-
so
let's move
so
on.
yeah, so Thor agrees.
Joins
and
the
Yeah,
team.
they joins the team and he's just
Tony-
walking around.
Tony
with
creates
shades on
these
and
suits for
beers.
everybody.
Nah,
Yeah.
but wait. Then
And
we
then,
get,
while
we get,
that's also
we get Hawkeye
happening.
recruitment.
Exactly.
Yep. So we see Ronin killing shit.
Working everybody.
I was telling him like the Ronan goes up to the Japanese guy and he's like, "You all are a bunch of murderers." The Japanese guy's like, "We?" He's like, "Look what you just
My
did
guy.
here."
Yeah,
He's like,
literally.
Nah, fam,
Nah,
y'all bad
that don't
people.
count. That don't count.
Yeah.
Nah, feel me?
It's that Punisher
So it,
Mentality.
Yeah, that
so he
Punisher
gave
logic.
him you know that very
Yeah,
honorable Japanese like like right down the middle
and
and then cleaned it.
Black Widow's right behind him, and they talk, and then
Like Widow pulled a Drax.
yeah,
She just did the whole time with the umbrella. just
yeah,
watching.
yeah.
No, but then when he pulled it off and you just see his face,
He was-
Yeah, he
Hawkeye
got the
is
face, bro.
skinnier. Hawkeye is clearly has not rested well.
He's got
Yeah.
a sleeve.
Yeah, he got a sleeve,
Yeah.
which is actually
Whole ass
filled with
sleeve.
Ronin like
Yeah.
inspired tattoos and stuff. So and he has a new haircut.
Yep.
The super
The
skin
mohawk,
fade.
yeah,
and-
the super faux hawk
yeah.
that he got.
And-
So
I like his haircut.
I like it. It was
Yeah,
dope. It's
it
like
was.
it's him. Like I feel like that's like his
But
character.
like, I'm glad also he wasn't really like. Obviously, he's not going to resist because it's a chance to bring his family back, and he trusts Natasha the most.
Yeah.
So once she said like, "Look, we have a chance. Like, we need you. Like, we can still overcome this." He was like, "I bet. Like, whatever it takes."
Yeah.
Even though they didn't say that yet in the movie. Whatever it
So
takes.
before they get to testing out if the time transponder works,
They had to map
figure
out
the
everything.
they
Stones,
map out
stones.
everything, and then we get another funny ass meta moment where Thor is like Cap is
Oh,
like
yeah.
Thor, can you tell us about the reality? He's like, all right, the reality stone. It started with the Dark Elves, ooh. And then you see Rocket and Nebula going. like that.
It was
And
like the ether planted itself inside of her.
yeah. And then you see a picture of Jane, and he's like, "Oh,
I'm not
Jane,
even with Jane
I'm
anymore.
not with her anymore." But
Old
it's so
flame
funny.
of mine.
It's so funny seeing Thor talk about it because Dark World was one of the Thor movies that was like not really like it was
Ass.
good.
Say it like it was. Ass. I've tried to watch it 3 times. 3 times I fell asleep. That shit
It's
was
one of-
butthole.
It's not very good in terms of pacing and story and all that. Like
It's a good
not,
movie. I like
It's okay. Like directing wise, Alan Taylor directed it, who directed Game of Thrones. So it looks like some aspects, like especially all the indoor scenes, lighting is amazing, filmed very well, and all that stuff. It's just all the other stuff is just like Malekith. You know what? I take that back about Ronan. What I said a couple podcasts ago. Malekith is actually more pussy than Ronan. I take it back.
Okay.
But anyway, so we have Thor going, all right, the reality sound and all that stuff, and
He does a good impression.
he does.
and then they move on, and
Yeah,
Cap is
they're
like,
all right, sit down. Like,
Cap is like, all right,
Iron Man. With Iron Man, he's like, yo,
oh no, who says like actually, he's like now about the mind, the space, and the time stones, and he's like, actually,
all
at
3
one
of them
point,
were in New York. At
Yeah,
one
he's
point.
like,
Natasha.
Natasha.
Natasha said
she's
that.
like, at one point, all 3 of them were in New York, and he was like,
and they're like, really?
holy shit,
Yeah.
we got it. So then Cap is like,
Hulk was like, shut the front door.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I thought he was gonna say shut the fuck up. I was like, whoa,
so now
there
you
are
see-
little children here, Hulk.
So now you see them go. So Cap now starts his speech like, all right, you all know your missions and stuff. Oh no, this is before they started. Now they go like, all right, now we have to test to see if this works. So
Well,
then
well,
Clint
no,
is
he-
like, I could do it.
Well,
Hulk explained how
And-
time travel was working
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them because they were all like, why don't we just go back and
Oh yeah, he said it's
Oh,
not that
baby
simple.
like,
Thanos.
no, baby
Yeah.
Thanos.
Yeah, War Machine is like,
That shit was funny.
He's
like, first of all, that's messed up.
That's terrible.
That's
He's like,
terrible.
it's Thanos.
It's Thanos.
He's got a point, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when they brought up like every single time traveling movie ever.
Yeah.
And then Scott was like,
Terminator.
Die Hard. He's like, no, not
Terminator.
Die Hard.
He brings up Terminator as well.
Back
so,
to the Future.
So now we get Clint saying, look,
oh no, he was like, oh, so Back to the Future was a bunch of bullshit.
yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, wow. So now we have Clint convincing everybody, like, yo, I'm the one who has nothing left.
Hold on, can I rewind a little bit? So how Hulk explains it, and this obviously will carry on throughout the entire movie because
The time
how
travel.
basically Hulk explains it is that whatever they do will not affect their timeline.
Current
Yeah,
timeline.
hold
So
on.
we have-
Can
you have
do
to
like-
draw
do
a
like
timeline.
Yeah, just like
A
Okay,
line.
so I'll
That's
have
their
I'll have the
timeline.
line that the ancient one pulls through.
Yeah.
Right. Well, all right. So let's get to that when
It'll
he
be
explains
orange,
it
too.
to the ancient one
Yeah, 'cause
because
then
it
you
makes
can
more
put two and
sense.
two together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, so Ant-Man wastes one of their test runs.
Yeah. He said we only have enough for
2 test runs
Two
and
test-
1 trip.
yeah.
And
One round trip.
One
And
round
he-
trip.
trip.
Yeah.
he did it by accident.
And he did it by
It's like,
accident.
we have
Oh,
one
yeah,
test
well.
run,
And then
and they used it on Ronan. They
Yeah.
used it on Ronan.
Yeah.
Ronan's like, I'll do it.
Barton's like, yeah, I'll do it, and then he does it, and then he goes. He gets.
Here's his daughter,
Yeah.
and he gets hype.
Yeah, and then he's like,
He
and they're like,
tries,
we're
he
pulling
tries to
you
say
in.
fuck it and just let
Yeah.
him go talk to them, and then they bring him back.
I thought that was such an awesome, beautiful character moment because it just shows again desperation. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
he's like, I don't give a fuck if this fucks the time. I just want to see my kids.
Right.
Again.
Exactly.
So
He comes back. He's like, it works.
Yeah.
he's like, it works.
And then Cap gave them the speech.
Fam, that speech had me hype. I felt like, yo, like
You know your teams.
I was
Let's go.
imagine everybody in
Put
the
him in.
theater just put their fists up like this.
all hands on deck.
I don't think it would have been a good look if everyone just like.
Not like that. I'm
No,
saying
no.
do
He said like this, bro. Nobody's doing
I
that.
still don't think that would be corny as shit. If I saw my theater doing that, I'd be like, nah, y'all cornballs for that.
I would have done.
They
that
did
shit,
do
look.
that.
You know,
In
our
our
theater
theater?
was doing it. I'll talk
Oh, in our
to you later.
theater?
The
Yeah.
people in the theater.
I'm talking about in the
went
theater.
like
If everyone like, I'll be like,
Ah.
oh, yeah, that's kind of whack. I'm like, all right, guys, like,
So,
relax.
so they all get together. They all look at each other like, all right, let's do this.
Right.
And they all get the Ant-Man quantum realm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Ant-Man, like stuff.
How'd you feel about the suits, the time traveling suits?
The
Dope.
suits, I think, were dope because Hulk gets the fat one. He's still fat in the suit. And also War Machine still gets like his like
Not even that, just they're able to just get rid of that shit. Just
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Because
all
it's
that.
mi-
That's
it's micro-
nanotech.
it's
the
nanotech,
nanotech.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So I
Yo,
was like,
did
dope.
Iron Man have when he did it? Was he in the suit?
He has the arc reactor on.
Yeah, so
The
he-
nanotech arc
the only one
reactor.
who had the suit on is War Machine because he needs it, right?
Yeah, he needs it because it's
Yeah.
not nanotech
Yeah,
yet.
That makes sense.
But it still got a clean upgrade though. It looks
It
really
did, it
sleek
did,
now.
yeah.
Did you peep his? I know I'm jumping forward, but did you peep his last one?
Dude? That's some Marvel versus Capcom shit. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit
That's
looked
true.
That shit looks
amazing.
dope.
But
Because
all
like
right.
his suit got fucked up. All right, go back.
All right, so I also remember the safe word he uses there. But yeah, so who do we go to
I remember,
first?
Canopy.
Yeah, Canopy. Canopy. But
Oh yeah.
so what we go to 2014 Morag.
What? Yes.
Morag.
Was that the first place we went to?
I thought
Yeah,
it was
to get
New
the
York.
Power
I thought
Stone.
New York. Nah, New York was the first because then we
Well,
get that
really?
shot of the first Avengers movie.
Oh, okay.
Well, they all went to different places.
yeah,
yeah.
You know your
So-
teams, you know your missions. Right?
But
It's like he's really good
dude.
at that.
Dude.
Stone. You know the crazy thing is, I'm gonna tell you the truth about this. I never saw the first Avengers in theaters
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
because I wasn't in. I didn't get into the comics and all that stuff yet.
Wow.
And seeing that on screen for the first time, that was legit my first time seeing it on the big screen.
Yeah.
So it felt like it was the first time. I was like,
Yeah.
it was the exact shot. So I was like, this is dope. And the
Yeah,
the
it's
theme song was
amazing.
playing.
So
Then we see
you
Hulk.
see that, you see everything happening, the
Right.
same shot of Loki coming through and all that stuff. Like again, everything is going as it was planned to be. And then we see
Well, that's why he made Hulk go out, and he was like, "All right, go out, but act like a normal Hulk."
he said, but smash things. Smash a
He's
thing or
like,
two.
"Yeah," because you were like, "What was the point of it?" I was like, "Oh, because he's trying to look.
Like-
he's not trying to look like a second Hulk. He's trying to look like he's the same Hulk."
Yeah.
I was actually worried that the
other Hulk was-
the other Hulk was gonna look at him like they were gonna scrap. Like it was
Yeah.
gonna be
That would've
on.
been
I was like, wow,
Yo.
shit already.
But they did that with Cap, where they both fought
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other.
But we jumping for him, my guy.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Oh my god!
So,
Like, I just want to talk about it.
So no, but
It's gonna
we're
get
trying
to
to
the point I'm gonna forget.
No,
we're not gonna forget that.
That's a
So,
funny ass
right.
movie.
Yeah.
So then
But
Cap
what I was
tells him.
gonna say, all right, whatever.
Cap tells him like look, I'm gonna go get the scepter.
right.
Tony, you go get the Tesseract. Hulk, you get the time stone.
Yeah, they had their plan.
Cool. So Bruce goes up to he's like, hey, he's being mad nice. He's like, yeah, I kind of need that. He's like, cause
He was being nice but intimidating. It's the same shit. With
yeah,
get your
yeah.
hand
He's like,
off
I'm
me.
not. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm
He was
not.
like-
He's like, I'm not really
Yeah, I'm
asking.
not really asking.
He's like, I
And then
need
she's
it.
like, I can't do it. And then she explains to him. She goes, look, this
She
is
knocks
the
his body
timeline.
out of
Yeah.
the astral.
no.
the
He
astral
was like,
form.
I need it. He was like,
Boom.
and then he comes out of his fucking body.
So then she tells him, look, this is
Astral
our
form.
realities. Again, if you take
line.
if you take the stone out of its reality, now that reality succumbs to
It's
some,
another one.
to
So
some
like
peril.
line, and then it breaks off from that line.
Exactly,
It's
it breaks
another
off
one.
from that one. So now we have a problem there going on. Like, and now
But
millions
then
of people are
he
gonna die
spit
there.
bars to her.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, but
If we bring it back
If
to where
we're
we
gonna
got
bring
them
it
from,
back.
It comes back to a time
also,
heist.
what-
You're basically just going back just to steal something,
Right.
use it for the future.
Yeah.
Present day. Go
Bring it
back
right
and
back
put
to
it
the same
back,
spot.
and
So right after
everything
he
happens.
Left, right after he left, he comes back and he's like, "Here you go."
Yeah, he
Right.
puts
exactly.
it back.
Yeah.
So then he tells her also Doctor Strange. She was like, "Oh, if you want to see him, he's performing surgery right now down the block."
Right.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "No, but he gives it up."
Yeah, which
And then
Yeah.
she's just
so
like,
important. She's like,
And
wow,
then-
I'm the one.
this
that
is
messed
also
up.
a
I
huge.
should've
Yeah.
been
There's
doing
also
this
a
to
huge
you.
thing where she's like, "Yo, like she been known."
he was
about it.
meant to be
She
the
that
sorcerer
he, yeah,
supreme.
and that
There's a
he-
lot of things
and
that
she-
made sense in that rooftop scene. She always knew that he was going to be the one.
Yep.
And then
The greatest of all.
she
of them, too,
realized,
said.
she put two and two together because Doctor Strange said out of 14 million,
605.
thank you, times that he's seen in the future, only one he made it. And he knew that the way for that one time to work was to give up the time
yeah.
stone.
Yep.
Even though she was like, he gave it up, he's not supposed to. But then she's like,
Oh,
he
wait.
did
He
it
knew
for
that
a
was the only
reason.
reason.
Exactly.
That was the only way. So she put
And
two and two
also-
together, and she's like, you know what?
Alright, good,
I
take it.
trust this guy now.
Exactly.
Here you go. I
Bro,
know you're
what
gonna
a,
do
what
the
a
right
goat,
thing.
bro. They
Yo,
really
the
made me
ancient
fall in
one-
love with
yo.
no, not I'm talking about Doctor Strange.
No. Yeah, Doctor Strange is
Goat.
fucking MVP of Infinity War to me.
A-
Debatable.
Yeah.
but-
He is the reason why.
While
If
they're
he didn't
alive.
give the stone,
Yeah.
if he didn't give the stone, they could have successfully taken the stones from Thanos, but he could have done some other shit and killed all of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like
That-
he could have
yeah.
done something worse.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So now we have now they move on to Cap getting Scepter, right? Or is it Tony?
Either way,
It was.
we're still in New York. So
All
yeah.
right, so
was
then
Cap.
you see
It was
No,
Cap.
Tony.
It was
Tony
Cap.
gets it first.
Cap gets the scepter though.
Oh yeah, because he flicks.
No, Tony gets the scepter with Ant-Man.
Okay, so then now you see them go like now it's
No,
so,
no, they
yeah.
don't.
No, because whenever Cap used the scepter to hit,
Hit the other cap.
Okay, but Tony got it first.
No. Tony went.
Tony went to get the
they
cube.
went to get the
Tesseract.
cube.
The
The
Tesseract.
Tesseract.
Oh, they separated.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
they
Yeah. He
separated,
said.
Tesseract was in the luggage.
Yeah.
The staff was the staff.
So it's so
Oh,
cool
okay.
to kind of see, like, again, like this was all redone.
Yeah.
This wasn't like original footage. From
No, they
another
used
perspective.
original footage, but then
Yeah,
they like
yeah.
kind of redid it.
That looked so awesome.
It
That
did.
looked just.
It looked good. They
And
did
then
it.
that
it's
shot
like,
again,
yeah, and Loki was like, if you know, I'll take that drink now.
Yeah. From a different perspective
Yeah,
now,
different
and then we see
perspective.
it, and then now we see everybody disbanding, walking away and stuff. So, and then you see Cap tell Hulk like, "Hey, no." We're like, "Whoa!" Thor's like,
trying
"No,
to get
take the stairs."
To the elevator. Yeah.
Take-
Come on, weight capacity, man.
And he's
Come
like,
on.
"Ah,
Hey,
The stairs.
He was about to hit the elevator. He's like, no. He's like,
They're like, no.
Damn,
So-
imagine he cracked it.
and he just fall.
So now, you see them going down. Tony finds a way to get into Shield, special ops suit,
Yeah.
and then Cap now finds his way to the elevator.
That was hilarious.
Fam, I thought he was gonna say, "Now before we get started,
I
does
know.
anyone
I was
go to get?"
waiting.
But I
looked-
think everyone was waiting for that. But then when he did the
Hell,
Hail Hydra,
That-
that was even more.
that took it to another level
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's like, yo, like he
That was
knows.
like-
And that happened in the comics.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
was pissed about
But then
it.
it turned out that Cap was just a clone,
Yeah,
a Hydra
exactly.
clone.
Yes.
So y'all could get over it because people were like,
People were getting pissed.
People were like pissed. It's like, yo,
Ah,
it's-
back to the movie.
yeah, back to the
Yeah.
movie.
But no, and I love his little smirk. Like when he walks out the elevator, he's like, dumbass.
That was easy. He's like, that was
That was easy.
Yeah,
But yeah, but then
I should've said
he's
that shit the
walking.
first time.
Yeah, he's walking, but then you see the other Cap, and then it's like, I found him, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
I
he's like,
found
I
Loki,
found
yeah.
Loki. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then you could tell, like, yo, it's Cap versus Cap. They're both beasts, right? But obviously, the one who has more to
experience.
lose
Oh,
Is
yeah.
the-
fucks him up. He
Yep.
doesn't fuck away. He wins, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It
that
was
was
pretty-
pretty cool.
yeah, it
that
was
they
a
did
dope-
that.
But
Dope
what,
fight.
what throws him off guard? Bucky is still alive.
Yeah, he knew
He's
what
like,
to
what?
say.
He knew
That's
what
right.
to
That's
say.
right.
He's like, what?
Yeah, but
and then
then
also
he-
he sees the picture of
he
Peggy. He's
messes
like,
him
how did you
up.
get this?
Yeah.
He makes him forget, right?
It was,
with
it was
the
like a Martha
scepter.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you get this?
Just remember
So
right
as
when
soon as I saw him-
time bending here with the reality.
As soon as I saw him on the floor with his ass out, I was like, he's gonna say
Yeah.
something. He started
It's like,
looking at his ass.
that
he's
is
like,
America's
Oh yeah,
ass.
but also I feel like that was Cap's worst suit to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yo,
it was.
Tony was like,
that's
"Hey,
why-
that
that's
ass
why they
doesn't
made a
make
joke
it."
to it. Yeah, he's like, that is not doing
suit
your
doesn't
ass
make-
justice.
Yep.
He's like, why are you looking? Oh wait, but like, I can do this all day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yo,
know.
that
Yeah, I
was
know.
funny.
So now we get Tony now finding the Tesseract, and then now
Yeah.
you see Tony actually like carrying it, and then he's like, hey, like that's been Shield property. You see Alexander Pierce show up,
Yeah.
and you see like, hey, that's been Shield property for the past 70 years.
I love how it's perfect because they don't show us that in the first Avengers. Obviously.
Exactly, and it's good to see how it gets.
how-
Yeah.
And then I love how Thor is there, and like obviously Thor would just like wash anybody
Everybody there.
So he's like, no, like Loki's coming back to like I'm not asking.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm taking.
Yeah, but like, get the fuck out of here. This is-
yeah, get like literally get
And
out
then-
of my way.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
Loki-
oh, you also see how he put the thing on his.
Yeah, you got to see that.
He's like, shut
I
up.
wish we also could have seen like what the hell Nat was telling Hawkeye in that end scene when she goes like this to him, and he goes, he starts smiling like whatever. But,
Wait, what? Oh yeah.
well, whatever.
Okay, I got you.
So now we see we that's when Tony goes,
yeah,
like
paper football.
you
Yeah,
see him, all right, flick me, and he's just like, whoop.
Yeah.
yeah, he got nice. He was practicing
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
a month. So
So then he does that, and now we get Ant-Man going into Tony's arc reactor.
yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
you sure it's not gonna kill
Now
you?
this is before-
when Ant-Man's like, I'm going inside you.
It's like it's only gonna give me a mild cardiac arrest.
He's like, I'm going into a mild
like, do it.
cardiac infraction, something like that, infraction,
Yeah,
something like that. And then it happens, and then Thor is like, Stark, like,
I have no
don't
idea if
worry.
this is gonna work.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I hope it does. And then, so then in all this time,
Yeah.
Tony is able to actually get the suitcase across. But
Loki peeps it.
yeah, Loki peeps it, and then fucking Hulk comes out of the steps. Boom!
I
Knocks
was
Tony back.
tight, bro.
Knocks Tony back. The Tesseract
Loki's
comes
like-
out, grabs it,
Yeah.
dips.
Yo, I thought that was gonna pay off. I was like, damn, like Loki, like he's about to fuck shit up.
low key is about to fuck shit up.
No, but I thought that was gonna pay off later in the movie. But
Yeah.
like, never they didn't because they obviously went back to like 1970 or whatever. All right, so let's do this. Let's finish the New York one, and then we'll jump to whatever.
okay.
Because New York, I think, was the longest
Yeah.
Yeah,
scene.
it was the longest
The other
scene.
ones
So,
were.
so then they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
They go back to.
they're just
they-
chilling
they
in the
meet
car,
back at- yeah, they meet back at that
and
taxi.
they're like, yo, like we messed this up. They're all tight.
They're
and
all
then-
blaming Tony. They're like,
Yeah.
you fucked this up.
Yeah, and he's like, no,
No, he's like, no, I got it.
Yeah,
Like,
I got it,
know-
yeah.
they did some Inception, bro, like some Inception shit.
Brilliant.
Like,
It was brilliant. I
it
was
was
like,
brilliant.
wow.
It was like-
Tony's idea again. He's just
yeah, he's just like, wait, he was like, again, it might be a shot in the dark, but there's a period in time where this was there, and also
More particles.
pin particles.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, and he gives him the thing, and then Ant-Man is just like, guys, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah,
what do I?
they're not
he's
even
like-
listening.
yeah.
They're not even listening to him.
He's like, Mr. Captain. I mean, Captain
Roger,
Rogers.
Steve, Ross.
Steve. America.
Yeah.
So
you-
then they jump to 1970s,
Yep.
New Jersey.
Yep.
that's when you see
Stan Lee's
Lee.
cameo.
Stan Lee's
What is
cameo.
Number 6's name? Enough said.
Enough said.
I
From
think
like
that's
Spider-Man
such-
from Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, 3. Which one was that?
I don't remember.
3. Because he was getting key to the city, so he was like, so in Spider-Man 3, when Stan Lee came up to him, he was like, enough said.
Yeah.
Damn, that's such a way to go out too.
He's
just
like, make love, not war, dude.
Yeah.
That was his last cameo.
Yeah.
No, Far From Home.
Nah,
He's
they
having-
said he was too sick to
To do
film
Far
it.
From Home?
Yeah.
Really?
At least that's what they came out. We probably will. I don't know.
Maybe. Who
Oh,
knows?
fuck.
But,
It got him depressed all over again.
And Game of Thrones is tonight, too. So.
Oh.
Fuck.
So
All
yeah.
right.
So then, we saw the OG comic.
Ant-Man
helmet.
outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
'cause there's
That shit was dope. Steve Rogers calls him. He's like, yeah, like they're downstairs. He's
Yeah.
like, what? Ah.
And,
like,
the box is glowing. Like, you need to check
yeah,
this
it's like,
out.
Did they
So
open it? He's like, yeah.
the box is
yeah,
glowing.
yeah.
So then he goes,
So then Steve gets the particles.
yeah, and then also you also see
You see
Steve
Peggy.
see Peggy,
Yeah.
and she also mentions. I see her mouthing something. She said Braddock, like Captain Braddock.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Braddock is Captain Britain,
Oh.
so maybe that's something.
Well, they
Pretty
are
much.
having an
Little Easter
animated
egg.
what if
thing?
what
Yeah.
if series
On Disney Plus,
Where
so
Chris
that's a
Rod-
plug.
where
Free promo.
Chris Evans is going to be voicing.
Apparently,
Really?
I
think
think
so.
so. That's what
Captain Britain is gonna be voicing
No,
Captain
no, no,
Britain.
no, no. In the What If series,
Chris
like, he's still
Rogers.
gonna be like
Captain
Chris
America.
Chris Rogers. I said it's Chris Evans. Yeah. They're the
Steve
same
Rogers.
Wait, so
person.
does the same go for like RDJ? Like is he coming back? Give me hope.
Bro,
Give me hope.
there's- I-
Give me hope.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's
so
not get
while
into
that's
that.
happening,
We'll do a separate
Stark goes to get
podcast for that.
Well,
yes,
yeah.
Stark goes to get the Tesseract.
Sees
And
his
then
pop.
he
He
fucking sees his
fa-
pops,
father,
bro.
yeah. That was really like.
I feel
I
like
I thought his dad
everybody
was gonna catch on and like.
Yeah.
Nah, because he goes, you look
not catch
familiar.
on, but like
no,
like,
he's
ki-
not
kinda
from
look-
around there. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because they say he has a hippie beard.
Yeah.
And I just love that moment too because he was like, oh, so you have a kid, so like like.
You
how
thinking
is
of
it,
any
like-
names? Oh, I'm thinking of Alonzo or something like
What
that.
is
Like
it?
this.
Some weird ass name.
Yeah,
he was
he's
like,
yeah, you gotta get some time. You keep trying.
But no, not even that. Just like he told me, he's like, look, like I already know, like I'm gonna love this kid regardless. If I'm
Man,
gonna, was
I
like,
got
damn.
goosebumps, bro.
He
I'm
hugged
like,
him. It was
yeah.
just such an awkward hug that I was like,
I think I was like,
Nah,
okay.
but he actually got to say. He remember in Civil War, he was like,
Yeah.
I never got to say goodbye to my dad.
right.
Oh.
So yeah.
So now you get that full.
Wow.
So that's what makes his arc in this film like so heartbreaking.
Awesome, yeah.
yeah.
Because it's like he gets that closure. I feel like every main character gets some sort of closure.
Hell yeah.
So now you see Tony get closure.
And
You
we
see
see Jarvis.
you see fucking Edwin Jarvis. That's awesome. The butler, and then Tony tells him, what does Tony tell him? He's like, all right, like nice meeting you and stuff, and he's like, it's gonna be okay.
Right.
That comes back.
Yeah.
Later. It's gonna be okay.
So there's that. So they're successful now in their mission.
Yeah. More
and then
pin
now
particles.
We'll move on to
we'll
Morag,
move on to Morag.
where
Yeah, that
War
scene
Machine and
was-
Nebula.
No, sorry, that was Vermeer. My bad. Yeah, more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And they go and they knock out Star-Lord.
Yeah, he's just like dancing like
Yeah, and they're like, so he's an idiot.
So he's an idiot. Yeah.
And Nebula's like,
I love
yeah.
how Rhodey is like so he's just like, oh, like
Yeah, but
like
still,
like
they
in
knock
Iron Man
him
3, he's like,
out.
oh, so he breathed fire. Okay.
So they
He's
knock
like,
him out, and what? They go back and put the stone back, and he wakes up and then gets the stone, and everything's normal.
well, that's what Captain does. That's what Cap will do. In scenes we don't see him put back, which I
Well,
wanted
I
to
know
see him
that's.
put
I know that
everything
was
back.
Cap's job. Yeah, but like,
I guess I'm
Nah, what I think is that when they put it back, no, I don't even know where I was going with
see,
that.
like what
Yeah.
they should
Yeah.
what they should have done is take it before he showed up.
But they wouldn't have been able to get into that room without that little
Yeah, without
gadget
his
that he
thing.
has.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying like the correct way would be like
Right,
to
right,
take
right.
it away from him, go while he's still conscious, thinking that he's cool,
Mhm.
right? Take it away, and then come back and put it back.
Or
before he
maybe
gets it.
maybe Cap went, put it back before
He knocked
Quill.
out?
Nah, before Quill even came to the thing in the
But he
first
still
place.
Oh,
So he
yeah,
wouldn't
but
have to
then
get
he
knocked out.
created another time.
no,
he
but
created
no,
another
I don't
reality
think so
during that.
because if Quill ends up with the Power Stone, everything still goes as planned.
Exactly.
So
But he
I
wouldn't
know,
have-
but he was knocked
think
out.
about how close behind
Korath and stuff.
Yeah, like
he
that's what I'm saying.
literally got it and picked it up and then
then they were there.
turned around and he was
Exactly.
right there.
Yeah.
So he has no time
that's
to be
that's what I'm
knocked out.
saying. I
That's what I'm
think
That's nitpicking. That is nitpicking.
Is it nitpicking?
It is nitpicking.
nah, I don't think so. I think that's just something
That's-
like
that's
that,
just
that
bars.
needs to kind of be explained.
That's bars.
That's why it's a 9.5 and not a perfect 10.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's
All
why
right.
Shazam was better.
All right. So they go and get it.
They get the Power Stone. And
They
then
get the Power
now
Stone.
let's go to Vormir.
No.
Nah,
Oh,
hell
no.
no.
Before, right?
Nebula
Hell
starts.
no, you missed a whole section, my friend.
You
That's
you
what
forgot
She has
about.
that breakdown.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yo,
Yeah. You know what?
Yo,
All right.
she got me tight, bro.
Who?
Nebula?
Nebula?
She's a dumbass, bro. She has a little malfunction and just fucking get up
It's
and
not
go
her
back.
fault. She's a robot.
No,
Again,
I
Ebony
know.
Maw explains
Oh.
it that they're on the same network, which is interfering with her. There's another Nebula. That's
yeah,
what he
but
says.
She can't. So that means, all right. So does that mean she can't shrink and go back in time?
Well, she was like this. She was
was-
trying, but her
No,
her
she
whole
did.
body,
Yeah.
her whole body was like.
She did it, and then it like failed. It glitched.
No.
No,
She,
she
was
didn't- no, she didn't-
about
she didn't
She was
hit
to.
it. She
about
didn't
to
hit
hit
it.
the
Right
button.
before
didn't
she
actually
hit it,
'Cause
she
she-
started
Okay.
malfunctioning.
It
Okay,
was like
but then she
instinct.
came back. She came back, and what did she do? She ran to the ship. Why? Why didn't you just fucking go
Oh, she
back?
went to
Oh,
warn
'cause
them.
she-
She
'cause
went
she
to
was
warn
warned
to
them.
warn them.
Warn,
To warn
Everyone that
Natasha-
Thanos knows.
She couldn't do that in the future.
No,
No,
but the
because
thing is,
they're
it's
all
better
there.
to tell them there because everybody, at least in her radius, she could let
Black Widow and
Black Widow and Hawkeye know just in case Thanos goes over there
And
as
bro,
well.
not even that. It's
I
just
guess,
desperation
yeah.
again. It's like, no,
Again,
I gotta
it's
let them know now.
exactly,
Like,
again.
I gotta run and let them know right now.
And
for them
also
to
on
get shit
top
done
of that,
quick.
it's safe to assume that 2014 Gamora also knew already where Vormir was, like that
Yeah,
where the Soul
exactly,
Stone
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
That's why when they found out, like when they saw the playback of Thanos getting his head chopped off and stuff, like, oh, he got the Soul Stone, and then that's why Gamora was like,
shit.
well, shit.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Well,
it
Thanos
takes
doesn't
what it takes
find
though to
that-
get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Soul
Thanos
Stone.
never, at that point, that old Thanos, 2014 Thanos, didn't know that it was in Vormir. He didn't need to because they got the stones for him.
Exactly.
He didn't know where any of the stones were.
Yeah, so then
Right. But
now,
he went to warn them just in
but
case.
still,
though.
it,
Like he went
it
there.
also shows how much different he was back then. That he was just straight up clapping, like there was no like
Yeah.
rationality, like
All right,
oh, like
let me ask you: if you guys were Nebula, you would have went and warned them, or you would have been like, "I need to get out of here before."
nah, I would have tried to
warned
warn.
them.
I would
I
have
think
tried to
so too,
warn.
dude.
I would have been like, "I need to get the fuck out of here before they find."
No, again, two things could be true though.
But
Well,
she was
that's
like,
the
I
thing.
gotta
Maybe
say-
before like she dies, like she has to warn them.
Yeah.
Because again, whatever it takes. So
Yeah,
she's
but
like,
you're
if
also
I die, at least they know
the
he's coming.
fact that you're staying there longer and you're exposing you're like exposing yourself even more. It's like I need to get out of here before I mess this up. I would have
But-
just left.
Yeah.
But she already messed it up. So she's like, you know what? It really can't get any worse than right now. They already know that we're doing this, so I have
True,
to tell
true.
them.
So let's keep powering through.
Yeah.
So the scene where we get the scene in Vormir now, which was
Yeah.
intercut with what's going on in Asgard with the Reality Stone. I
Yes.
feel like it's intercut back and
Yeah.
forth. So we get a really cool moment of Natasha and Clint, like they're like smiling to each other, like we're a long way from Budapest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's again, these are two humans who have never been to space before.
Yeah.
Again,
They're
something,
alone.
Yeah, and they're
They're
alone.
alone, yeah.
Like going through the jump. So they get to Vormir.
Red Skull again.
Red Skull shows up again. He's
I
like,
love how they're both ready.
he's like,
Like, yo, like,
And he said-
Natasha,
he said
Natasha, daughter of Ivan.
Ivan.
Oh,
yeah.
she didn't know her.
Clint,
yeah, shit, no.
son of Edith.
Yeah.
And then
And Clint actually is like, what? You're gonna believe this guy just because he knows?
No,
Yeah, he's probably making this shit up.
It was like, all right, you guys. He said you got to sacrifice whatever, right? And then it just pans out, and it's just like them looking at each other, like, well, goddamn.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
You
he's like,
really
looking at
believe
Red
this guy?
Skull.
Like they started like
Yeah.
thinking about it.
They're
And
probably
I-
there for a minute
It's
too.
like,
just
You know
it's
what?
like-
Let's
with
break the whole thing
Thanos.
down so that intercut
Remember
it.
when it was
Yeah.
with Thanos
He
and he
just-
said that? Thanos was like, all right, here.
Yeah.
Now it's like.
But
you
now
sat
again,
down.
like it puts it in perspective now. You have two people who love each other very much, who are best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, so
I'm gonna do this.
but they say it without saying it.
Yeah.
And they're both like, all right,
no, it's
so
because they think like they agree. It's like
They're-
one thinks that he's like, oh, it's me, and he thinks that she agrees, and it's vice versa.
and then he goes, I think we're thinking of two different
different,
people
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And then they had a dope ass fight scene.
Yeah.
Yo,
Like, too.
I couldn't figure out who was gonna die. They kept doing it. I was like,
So-
fuck, who is it?
Also, I couldn't choose between who I'd rather go.
I already said I thought it would be I thought it would be better
boring.
Natasha. Just because
She has no family.
she
Well,
has
besides
no
the
one.
Avengers, like he has a family to take care of. He has children.
Like he has a family that he started. She
Fam, that shit was that I got goosebumps
That shit
there.
hit.
That hurt
Yo,
me,
so
bro.
like,
That shit was crazy.
I got
man.
that spoiled for me. that Natasha was gonna die, Black Widow was gonna die. But at the time, I completely forgot. Not that I forgot, I was just in the moment.
Oh, you were
When you're like,
overlooking
oh,
it.
God.
Yeah.
And then like Clint was about to jump, and they had that slow motion. Natasha was just
He's
looking at him,
right at her.
and I was like, oh my god, like Hawkeye. I'm like, but they just brought him back, and then she like does some dope ass
Shoots the grappling,
Yeah.
and then he gets
and
hurt too
and
while
then
he's
that,
doing it.
and then that's when it hits me. I'm like,
Fuck. And
Black
she looks
Widow.
at him and she's like, let me
I
go.
was like, Black.
That's
Let me
when
do
you knew
this.
already. You knew it was gonna
Yeah.
be her. After
And
Yeah,
my
I
girl
was
didn't
like,
know that.
Black
They didn't think that
Widow.
they were gonna go all the way dark and show her body, but they fucking showed her body.
That
And
shit
then
hit.
you see Clint looking like he didn't
He
even
was
want to
crying.
look.
He was
like,
crying. Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
Yo.
he looked away, but then he
And
looked
I'm
away.
like, yo, this is not Infinity War.
It
bro.
looked exactly like how Gamora was.
Again, the
too.
roller coaster.
And then
Right
he
back
woke
down.
up in the water and he was like, "Fuck!" Like he was like pissed and he like fucking like threw his hands. in
Yeah,
the water.
like he had the
Shit.
stone,
A
but he's like
complete-
he literally what came into my mind
I don't
at
even,
what
I don't even
cost.
think I don't even think he looked at the stone. I
No,
think
he
was,
didn't.
He was so
No,
pissed.
he did.
No,
He
he
did.
did.
He opened his
He, like,
hand.
opened his
quick,
hand, he's like-
stupid question.
Oh, sorry, he did. Yeah.
Is the
you're right.
Power Stone the only one you can't hold?
Yeah.
I guess. If you're not human.
Yeah, right. You got to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
like some
that-
sort
yeah,
of like
'cause that
one-
beast to hold
that
it.
one
You have
was
to have some
just-
kind of willing
yeah.
within yourself
But,
as well.
And if all of them are together, because like Hulk just put it on before even snapping, and he was already starting to get hurt.
Yeah,
remember?
He
But
was like,
Thanos can hold it.
"Oh." No,
no,
Thanos when he put on
Thanos
the gauntlet too was
also-
hurting.
Yeah, it
He
was hurting
for a
him.
little
Remember,
bit.
every time, every stone he put on, he was like, ah.
No, but that was him getting the power. It wasn't him. He
bit
wasn't
of
getting
both.
hurt.
I think it was
He
a
wasn't
bit of
getting
It
hurt.
was probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
It's safe to say it was a bit
Now,
of both.
is it because he's a beast, or is it just because the gauntlet can
Fam,
hold it?
Thanos is probably that guy, bro. This bum ass.
But do you think it's just a
Damn, why
gauntlet
you
that's
put him
strong
on
enough?
me? Switch for like a little bit.
Let's move away from it.
Nah, it's okay.
All right, so let's power through. So
Hold
now
on. We
what?
jump to
Asgard.
Yes.
yes.
Asgard's the next
So
one.
now they're in Asgard, and Thor again is very reluctant to do this because he's like, "Oh, this is also the same day my mother died."
Right.
And then Rocket is like, "Look, wait, come here. Boom! Hold that."
No, but that's what I'm saying too. Like Rocket's character arc, like at that
Amazing.
moment,
Amazing.
He's just like,
He's like,
not-
"Yo,
he's not-
you think you're the only one who lost
Right.
somebody?"
You know how
He
he's
said,
usually cracking jokes,
Yeah.
like,
He's
yeah, I
like-
like that Rocket, but there's that moment where he was like, yo, like,
I lost
people
Quill,
too.
I lost Drax, I lost Gamora, I
lost
lost that
everyone.
girl with the antenna.
Yeah.
I lost Groot.
Which means he kind of cares for her. He just,
Exactly.
He's just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
So then he's also saying, he's like, look, we need to do this. I'm going to go to Jane. It's better for me to go to Jane. And then you go.
Well, no, he didn't say that.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
lay
Charm her.
on you lay on
you
the
go
charm.
Yeah, and then I'll,
I'll-
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll extract it from her.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but he just did it
I
himself.
Yeah,
love that
dude,
scene when he
himself,
runs
because-
past Loki, like in the
Yeah,
cave,
yeah.
and I'm like, he's just not low at all because
Yeah.
he's just that big. He's like,
Yeah. And that was really cool because then again, I feel like that was again just shot for shot. Like I think that they just took that scene and then just
Yep.
CGI.
And I
Thor
think
in there.
the scene with his mom was great too. Like it was
Oh
another
my
Tony
god!
Stark
Yeah,
and
that
Howard Stark.
closure, bro.
Because she was like, you're not from here, are you?
And she's like, I was raised by witches,
He's like,
boy. Like,
he's like,
I
no,
know.
I'm from the
He's like,
future.
yes, I'm from the future.
I'm totally from the future.
And yeah, exactly. She was raised by witches or whatever
Right,
she
right.
said, and she like they had that. And he's like, I have to tell you something.
That
She's
was
like,
beautiful, bro.
She's like, look,
So
this
don't
is
tell
your
me.
future. Don't tell me my future. Like,
She was
whatever
like, "Don't
happens,
tell
happens."
me everything that has." She was like, "I'd rather not hear it. You're here for a purpose. Fulfill it."
Right.
And then she
And
goes,
eat a salad.
yeah,
Yeah,
see, I
yeah,
forgot
oh,
to
yeah,
say
and
eat
then
a-
he calls Mjolnir.
But before that, she tells him again, like the advice. She's like, "Be who you are supposed to be."
Right.
Oh, that's
Instead
right,
of-
and then that's what he
Well,
does.
no,
Yeah.
she said like you're
You're
we often fail about who when we're trying to be who we're supposed to be.
But failure is what
But
helps us. Like,
become who we are.
Exactly. Like failure is what helps us.
That shit took a while. to
So
come
he's
to
like-
him,
she's
too.
like, I know
Rocket's
Yeah,
like,
it takes a while.
Rocket's like, what are you doing? She's like, it takes a while.
But you got to see Natalie Portman, who again she thought that.
for like 2 seconds.
time
And
out.
you just see Rocket like
So then the Thor of that time, oh no, yeah, the Thor of that time, he's probably like, yo, where did my shit just go?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yo, imagine Mjolnir just has no idea where to go.
Yeah, he's like,
He's like, wait, what the
sucking
fuck?
Yo, they're just
It would have
fighting
been
this.
like two magnets in
Yeah.
front of each other. That would've been
But at
cool.
the same time, I don't pin too much on that because like whatever happens in that reality when Cap goes and fixes it.
No,
whatever.
but the thing is, like, yeah, Mjolnir probably went away for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And Cap
Right,
goes
right.
back and puts it back.
and then yeah, everything goes back. All right, whatever.
Cap probably just like threw it in Asgard and just waited for Thor to call for it again. He could have thrown it anywhere, actually.
Yeah, but so yeah, all the teams return back,
Yeah.
all accomplishing their goal, but obviously at a cost.
Barton.
That's when it hit me.
is like devastated.
When it hit me when like what's his name? Barton just kind of fell to the floor and Hulk was like, and then like Steve had like that like the teary eye. I was like, yo, they just killed
Yeah,
the Rolf.
no, but not just that. Like everybody's happy that we did it. They're like, oh, it
Right,
worked.
yeah,
and then
yeah.
he's like,
Where's
and then
Naja?
Bruce is like, "Where's Nat?"
Yeah.
And then he's like,
And then they're outside, and then like they're having and at this time
then
Nebula
Cap is crying.
The fake we got to remember the fake Nebula comes with them.
"Yup."
Yep.
So
Oh, was that the fake number?
Yeah, that was the fake
Because
Nebula.
remember,
I forgot
She
about
came
that.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got her
she's
ship.
they took that thing to make it look like her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but who was with her again? War Machine.
War Machine, yeah.
That
Oh, he-
bum ass didn't notice that her hand was normal because it burned when.
Well, I mean, they got the stones and all that. And he was
Like I feel like they were just so excited. Again,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
desperate.
yeah.
They're
So
desperate.
so excited. Shout out to Kevin Hart.
But
So all right, so now they're all contemplating like, what the fuck? Like we lost her.
at this time as well, 2014, Thanos knows everything.
Yup, he knows everything. And
Everything.
also Gamora
Pretty much,
is
yeah.
catching on to what's going on, and then she's like, all right.
Yeah.
So clearly, it's also safe to see that, or safe to say that
and
Gamora.
she goes up to
Yeah.
that other and like, how are we like? How is it in the future? And
she's like, we become friends, we become sisters.
she's like, no, I've tried to kill you multiple times.
She's
Yep.
like, Gamora's
That's
like,
what I
"Alright,
love
whatever."
about Gamora. I mean, Nebula too. She's so honest about everything.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah,
yes,
she
I tried
keeps
to
it
kill you
real,
various
bro.
times, but she's like, eventually,
We become sisters.
yeah, we find a team, we bond, we become friends, and we become sisters. So then
Yeah.
Gamora's just like, damn,
Alright.
life too short. Fuck it, I don't want to go to court.
Oh,
So so then they make that dope. Tony makes that dope ass.
Did they have the gauntlet before? Or did he just make it right there?
No, I think he was constructing all that
Because he.
while they were making the suits, because that was the plan.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I
exactly.
feel like when he was making Mark 80,
Yeah.
I feel like
Mark
80.
Point at the hole.
I feel like when he was making
Hulk
Mark,
was wearing it, right?
You were in the beginning.
In the beginning when
they
he went with them.
when they
The-
ambushed Thanos. Thanos.
oh yeah, that's true.
Thanos.
So now we
Thanos.
see
Thanos.
Thanos.
That is.
now we see
Thanos.
what happens next.
Then Hulk, or they're debating who's gonna put on the gauntlet.
Thor's like,
let me wear it.
Please.
And while all of this is going on, Nebula goes back, puts in the coordinates,
Yep.
Yeah.
and he
Sends it
gets
over
Thanos to jump
Thanos,
in.
Yep.
And then
And they had
The barn protocol, which shut all the doors and windows and shit. And
Yep.
then
What is it? The barn.
She had
it's called the
more-
Born
more,
Protocol.
yeah,
I think
more,
you'll tell
pin
us again
particles,
tonight.
too.
You'll tell us again
I think it was
tonight.
the
She
Born
took the
Protocol.
pin particle from Nebula too.
Yep.
Good job writing it down.
and,
So now we see all of them contemplating like who should put it on.
Yo,
right.
yeah.
and
And Thor is like,
"Come
I'm
on,
the throne. I'm the strongest Avenger.
Yeah,
And
It's
then-
like, they're like, you're literally in no condition.
Yeah.
Hulk
And then-
was literally like, I'm made of gamma.
He's like, it emits gamma radiation.
It's like-
That's
he's like,
that's
it's
what I
like-
am.
I was meant for this.
made for this. Yeah.
So then you see Hulk.
I remember I was like, me and Caleb was like, wait, like, how that shit gonna fit him?
No, but come
no,
on,
but
bro.
right. It's nanotech.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nanotech.
So that shit
that
expanded.
was
I
so
like-
awesome.
like, "Ah."
And then you see him like all that stuff, and then like,
Yeah, they got scared. They're like, "Oh, are you okay?"
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
he's like,
"I
no,
got it."
I'm
Take
fine.
it off. Thor's like, take it off. Take it off.
and then he's like, no, I'm fine. Let's keep going. Which is also a callback to Captain America. When he was getting the
Oh,
serum
right,
and just,
yeah.
he's like, ah,
He's like,
turn
turn
it
it
off,
up.
turn it off.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm
Keep
fine,
going.
keep going. So I like how everything comes around there,
Yep.
and now we have.
He snaps.
He goes, all right, okay,
So
do
remember, and then I love how Tony like specifies like, hey, remember, bring those people back from the 5 years ago to now. Don't
Yeah.
change anything else.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to make sure
And they
his fans
successfully
Exactly.
did it. Yeah.
it. So then,
Successful, yeah.
so then he
He went like that.
he
He
went
tried
and
to
then
bring Natasha back, and he couldn't.
Yeah,
he
he
said it
tried.
later.
he said he
Why
did it.
why do you think that though? Why didn't it work?
Because
Because
Because she was sacrificed to
for
get the soul stone.
Right.
If
Because
you bring her
remember,
back,
this
then
is
you
like-
lose the
it's like-
stone, and then
But
you
also,
can't.
Gamora dies, but she was sacrificed.
Exactly.
Well, Gamora never died though. Now, Gamora.
Because that's
is-
2014 Gamora.
Exactly. So they
2014
fucked the timeline up there, sort of.
So Gamora never
Yeah,
died.
no, I'm just trying to think of people who died. Like Vision died, he couldn't bring back. Vision.
Again,
well,
but,
he's not a
but
person.
also
Loki.
Vision. Also, the people who didn't get snapped. Remember, Gamora didn't get snapped. Nat didn't
That's
get
what I'm
snapped.
saying.
They only
Vision
brought
didn't
people,
get
the people
snapped.
that got snapped. They only brought back
Exactly.
the people that got
I
snapped.
think
So
that's
again,
all-
it's like it's also almost like doing Control Z or Command
Exactly.
Z.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like undoing. It's
Yeah,
just
it is
undoing.
Yeah,
undoing.
they literally are just
Yeah.
undoing.
Yeah.
And,
So then they do that, and then
as that's happening, the ship.
no.
Thanos'
Before
ship.
that, I mean, yeah, it breaks
Oh,
up
yeah,
into the
but
sky.
yeah.
Clint gets a call from his wife.
Yeah, and then he
He's
goes
happy
and
he
he
did
and
it.
he sees it. That was
And then
yo.
Ant-Man sees like the kind of the flourishing gardens and
It was
everything.
like, I think
No,
we did.
because there was like two
Yeah.
birds. There was like one bird, and then he went, and there were like 4 or 5 birds
Yeah.
there now.
He was like, I think we did it.
He's
Yeah.
like, I think, hey guys, I think we, and then,
And then Hulk's like looking up.
Yo,
and
he
then
got-
he sees the
Yeah.
rocket.
Flung. My guy
I
got.
thought he was
I thought he
donezo.
died.
I was like,
I think he put on the suit.
Yeah,
like
he-
he
yeah,
like,
they showed him
just-
shrinking.
yeah.
shrinking, yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
why you gotta love
that's
Ant-Man.
dope.
You gotta love Ant-Man for that.
Because he saw it coming. He's like, shit.
Yeah. So now we get that, and now everybody's on the ground. Hulk is
Hulk
holding.
the whole facility
Yeah.
up on
Yo,
his
he did that in
back.
the comics.
With
Didn't he
his-
hold up a whole mountain once?
I think so.
That was like top 5 Hulk's strongest moments.
Intern? No.
No,
Pussy.
cool.
Nah, but there was a point when they were like top 5
Yeah.
moments of the Hulk.
So-
He held up a whole fucking mountain.
And also, Rocket was
That's why
stuck.
he's fucking.
Yeah.
He went
War
like
Machine
that
got him
with
out.
his jacked up arm too.
Yeah.
Because his arm was.
Nah,
messed up.
he was like this. His arm was fucked
Oh,
up.
it's right.
Yeah,
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 Well,
yeah.
He
well,
was
exactly.
using one
Yeah, he was
arm.
using one arm. 'cause his
One
was-
arm.
Bro,
The
come
Hulk.
on, that's
Bruce
a beast
Banner,
Hulk
everyone.
moment.
That's a beast.
That's a
moment.
beast.
Bruce
Hulk
Banner.
Without that,
He wasn't
they're
just
all
like that.
dead.
He was using his whole
He was
body.
like this.
Yeah.
He was
But
like
still.
this.
Yeah. No,
With a
obviously.
fucked up
Ignoring
arm.
it.
Brian's like, I could do that shit in my sleep.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
no, I
like,
got you.
Go pick your car up.
nah.
And then
So-
yeah,
So now we get Rocket, who's hurt.
Yeah.
You get Nebula upstairs, and she's like, "All right, like let's
So
get
then
this
War
done."
Machine and Rocket start helping
Yeah.
whatever
Canopy,
however much
Canopy.
they can.
Yeah.
And then
Ronan
is in the
sewers
yeah.
and he's running.
And he
shit's
has
dope.
And, yeah, and he shoots like that light arrow, and then you see the whole entire all
Yeah,
those
he's like,
creatures, and he's
shit.
like
Those are the Outriders.
the Outriders.
And
yeah.
the crazy thing is, he's never seen them before.
Exactly. So this is his
He's
first
like-
thing. He's like,
It was like,
Oh.
He
what
was like,
the
that
hell?"
doesn't look like good people.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I
he
mean?
starts
Like-
running.
So
That-
then
that
he
sewer
picks
scene was
again.
dope,
We
too.
see something that we never again. You never expect to see. You see Hawkeye pick the gauntlet up and start
dipping.
freaking.
And that
Heisman.
that starts the keep away game.
It does
Yeah,
start the
yeah.
keep away game.
Yeah,
He
so-
starts over
Give it to
Hawkeye.
me.
Give it to
And
me.
then he like I love that scene when he flings himself up and then
he's,
they're
like,
coming and he's just
slicing.
slicing.
Oh yeah,
them.
when he like turned.
That's
the
how
road
sharp
quick.
that fucking sword is, bro.
Yeah, and that's how
He's
lethal
not
he
even
is.
putting
Yeah.
that much momentum into it because he really can't.
He can't because and he's holding a freaking
Like just
bullet under
fucking
his armpit.
butter,
It's
yeah.
like,
And it's also Hulk size, and also he would have risked everything if he put it on because then he would have gotten hurt and
exactly,
died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
then he brings it up top.
he sees
Thanos gets beamed down.
yeah. He sees Nebula. He's like, oh, someone I know.
Yeah,
and he's like,
"Here, take
Father, I've retrieved it.
And then he's like,
huh?
what? He's like, huh? And then you see Gamora show up.
She's like, hold up, stay right there.
Yeah.
And then you see Nebula show up and
And
shoot
then-
her.
Hey, yo,
Good
at
Nebula.
this point, Hawkeye's like, yo, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
He's like, what the hell?
And now we get kind of again. So
they preached to
2014
her.
Nebula is done. So that timeline
All right.
Nebula is done.
No, but this is what we were talking about. That is in 2014. It's you know how there's the line. Mark
Yeah.
said this perfectly, right? Shout
Yeah.
out to Mark. There's the line
AKA Zoom.
I did
when
something good.
Thanos, when everyone went back to when they went to the future, they created this branch.
off the main
right?
timeline.
So then what Nebula did is she killed that branch of Nebula,
Yeah.
but her Nebula still continues on that branch,
Yeah.
especially when they
Which
go
is
back and
why-
they.
So
put
it's
the
kind of
branch
like a
back.
switch.
Yeah, because
almost.
I heard like people in the theater around me saying, "Wait, doesn't that mean she's gonna die now too?" And
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, because
No.
like it's not. It's not.
because that's why.
like they
Exactly.
said, like
cut-
Hulk
they
said,
severed they severed
whatever
that
you do
branch.
to your past will not affect our reality.
Right.
Yeah.
because it's a
That's exactly what
separate.
he
Yeah,
said.
because it's a
But
whole
what-
separate thing.
All she did was kill the Nebula from that branch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then that branch eventually was eliminated
Yeah, as a whole, when
as
Cap
a whole
went back.
when Cap
Yeah.
went back.
Exactly.
So like Thanos and everyone dying, they died, but eventually that branch is gone now anyway.
Yeah.
So everything still happens, and the timeline is
Yeah.
still one.
And 2014 Gamora is now in the regular timeline.
Yeah,
Yep.
So
crazy.
that happens.
So
then
that
she
no
happens.
plot
dies.
hole there.
No plot hole there.
No problem there. So now we
To our logic.
go up top. You see Thanos get beamed down.
Right.
And then
he just sits. He's
yeah,
just
he
like,
just
what are you
sits
gonna do?
down.
He's like,
He-
I'm just gonna sit.
He was
and
like,
wait.
just gonna
he was
wait.
like, go find the stones.
well,
I'll
that
wait
was
here.
that was right before
I think that's also meta because what was Thanos doing the entire
waiting.
MCU? Waiting, just
Yeah.
waiting. And
And
he's
that-
there.
and
My
then-
guy's there playing with
and
rocks.
Thanos was literally just there watching him.
Yeah.
Yo, I love when the three like
Not
yeah.
Thanos, sorry. Thor was
Thor,
literally
yeah.
there.
Just
He's like, what has
sitting
he been
And
doing?
then Steve and Tony come up and he's like, "What's he been doing?" And he's like,
Just
"Just
sitting
sitting there."
And they were like
This is a
probably
trap.
30 feet away from.
Back to where we were. You see Thor observing Thanos now,
Yeah.
and then
Just
Cap
sitting
asks him, "What's he been doing?"
Sitting.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
So now we get, I guess,
And he has that line.
we get the big three, we get the trinity of the Marvel universe here.
And he has that line. It's like, you couldn't live with your own failure.
Where did that lead you?
Where that
Back
leads
to
back to.
me.
That's
That was dope.
fucking sangano, bro. I hate you. like that line right there just shows how ruthless and just like fam. He clearly showing that he's inevitable. Like he's gonna come back.
And
Yep.
exactly, and inevitable meaning also that's the 2014 version of him. Like that's not present day him. Like they're just like, yo, we gotta get rid of this dude.
Yeah,
like,
we gotta get rid of him.
So then we
So
have that,
before they walk up to him, of course, Thor goes,
strikes down lightning.
gets Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, gets his Viking shit going.
Yeah,
Iron Man
his
suits up.
braided beard.
Yeah,
his fucking-
and also Cap has
Cap scale suit was dope,
Yeah.
bro.
and Steven, de lo mío.
It's Steven. Yo, it's Steven. It's Steven Rogers.
So they walk up to Thanos, and then they're like, "Yo, it's time to scrap."
Yep.
They didn't even say anything to him.
No,
I don't remember, but I know
they were,
Tony was
talking
tight.
For later. Nah, they just started walking up to him and then they started like slowly splitting
Splitting
around.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the one talking, right?
I forgot who
Yeah.
got the first strike. It might have been Iron Man.
Thanos went in first. No. Iron Man went in first with the nanotech blade. He struck down, and then Thor came up behind him, and then
Yeah.
Cap like
Through-
went
through the-
through the
What
shield or
nano
something.
bit? Oh,
He made a sword
the
with
made a
his
sword with
the
his
energy
arm.
sword that he has.
oh yeah. But then they all did like this thing where they shot at him and he was.
No,
spinning.
that was later. That was later.
That
on.
was later
Yeah,
in
that was later
Rescue?
on in the battle. Yeah.
And I love the
Really?
the part where Iron Man had
No,
like.
we'll get to it.
Well, I thought this is all like kind of in the same fight.
But that was later on when they got help.
Okay.
Spoiler.
Is it?
I don't know, it's all like confusing.
No, but all right. Here's what happens. So
There's a
they're-
lot of shit that went.
So they start fighting Thanos. I feel like the Black Order comes down.
Right.
No, they didn't come down.
No,
yet.
they didn't
they
come
No, they didn't
down.
come down yet. So they're still fighting.
Right.
No one came down until
Hawkeye makes it up
yeah.
top. I feel like Hawkeye makes it up top with Ant-Man, right?
Makes it up top.
No, I feel like that
Literally nothing
that
happened.
entire
It was
sequence is just them
it was just
fighting.
them fighting.
Yeah. So then this is all.
That's why I love it. I hate when they pan out of fight scenes. It's like, no, finish that
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But like this is where
basically, they were getting their ass kicked. Like he was beating them.
Yo, when
That's
he, no,
when
but before
hit
that,
him.
no,
Oh
but before
yeah, he
that,
fucked up. No, he
He was
no.
beating the shit out of
Alright, I
him.
know what happened. Iron Man gets fucked up,
yeah, because
Cap is like
Mjolnir
putting
hits
in
him
work.
by mistake.
Yeah,
and then
Mjolnir
he
hits
knocks
him.
out. Yeah,
and then Cap is like putting in the work, and then he keeps like hitting his shield. He breaks his shield.
breaks the shield and also
Shield.
cuts
Oh
him.
no,
No, that was after.
That was after. Damn it!
Yeah,
Listen.
fuck.
All right, listen. This is what happened.
Right. Let's be concise
He's
here.
beating the shit out of Thor. Like,
Yeah.
Punches him in the face.
And then Mjolnir comes, hits him, and I go to him in the theater. I'm like,
No. We see Mjolnir like levitate.
yeah, it was levitated, and then it hits him. I'm
Oh
like,
no,
I'm
but
like,
before that he starts pushing Stormbreaker. He calls for Stormbreaker as well.
Who?
Thor.
I'm
He
about
calls
to
for
say,
Stormbreaker,
oh,
and then
okay.
and then
Cap
Thanos.
comes up,
Then
he was, like,
he
kind of-
caught it. He grabbed it.
Oh yeah. I don't think that Mjolnir went to Thanos. I think that Thanos just intercepted it.
No,
It was a
Stormbreaker
Stormbreaker.
though.
Yeah.
The fact that he
Stormbreaker.
still picked it up means that.
Nah, he's
No,
not.
Thanos not worthy. I don't think that's how Stormbreaker
That's not
works.
how Stormbreaker
Oh, okay,
works.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
You
how.
think?
that's how Mjolnir works.
So anyone can pick up Stormbreaker.
If
I
he's
think
strong
anyone,
enough.
yeah, I think you still have got to be Aki.
Yeah.
Like I think Hulk
So
could pick
can
it up.
Thor's the only one that can call
But
it.
Cap.
Yeah.
Huh?
That wasn't.
Cap
Yo,
picked it up.
I'm gonna pay attention to
But
these.
Oh, he
things.
picked up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
switched
mean,
them out.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, we're gonna get to
He's
this
not
movie,
getting
guys.
called
Okay,
for it. He
so
just
but-
caught
but we're
it. He
forgetting-
caught it and used it.
Right.
That's it. And then he let
So
it
that all right. So then
Iron Man was like, "Oh, hit me!" to Thor, and then Thor zapped him with like the thing. Like,
and then he starts.
Oh
spinning.
yeah,
That
he got
was
the
dope.
power up.
Yeah.
That was dope.
That was
Yeah, he literally told him, he's like, give me a power up.
And he
Yeah,
started
he said.
spinning the sword. So that was
That was a callback
Yeah.
also to Avengers 1
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Thor shocked him.
And
He
he's
was
like,
like,
"Oh, thanks."
and Jarvis was like, power at 400%. and then Thor was like, oh,
Look at that.
Yeah.
So now we have Stormbreaker getting almost indented into the fucking chest of Thor, and I'm like,
Oh,
my leg
that's
is
what it
shaking.
is.
I'm like, fuck. And
That's
then,
a
the irony,
callback to
the
when he did it to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
so now you
Imagine
see,
Thor's like, you should.
and Thor is like, he goes to like, he looks to Mjolnir, and he's just see Mjolnir levitating. I'm like, okay. What's
shouldn't
going
it be
on
like
here?
faster? But I don't think it was levitating. I
No,
think
it was just slow mo. It was just slow mo that was happening. I think it was slow mo that was happening.
Yeah, and then
you
you
tell
see
us
it
later.
move, and then you see it move, and you're like, somebody just.
And
picked that
flies
shit up.
past
And then-
them. Thanos looks, and you just see Cap go.
Nah, to me, it felt like someone threw it.
No.
Yeah,
yeah.
that-
Mjolnir levitated.
No.
No, he was picking it up.
Picked it up.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
slow-mo.
He grabbed it from the
Cap
strap
was
and was swinging it.
He literally just went. He just grabbed it and
And
then he
just
threw
But
it.
you don't see him pick it up. You just see it getting off.
Because everyone's like, wait,
Because
what's
he
going
threw
on?
it and it hit him and then it came back to him.
Yeah.
But you don't see him throw
Oh.
And he had the
That's when
shield,
the
so he
theater
just went.
it. Yo, I was so hyped.
I was like,
so-
what?
I literally yelled.
Because the way he grabbed it, he looked at it.
He does it like he does his shield.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, yo,
So now we have again something coming full circle. Captain America in
Finally.
Age of Ultron in the after party scene.
Thor was
He
like,
goes to lift and Thor was like,
I knew it.
yeah, and then he was like, I knew it, you are worthy.
Yeah.
So then we get that come full circle now.
It's impersonation.
Tony wakes up. They keep clapping.
My son's like,
Yo,
All right, let's
Yo,
talk
but
about
let's
let's
Cap-
talk about the hands.
Cap-
all right? Look at
yeah,
how Cap
Cap
goes.
was working him.
Bro,
Cap
He was working him.
yo, he did the
Using it like my grandma with the belt, bro. Just spinning it, whipping it. Yo.
bouncing it off.
He was even calling thunder through it.
No, he was just using that like he knew what he was doing.
And
he combined it.
lightning.
He combined it with the
shield,
too.
yeah.
He did like he threw the shield and then he threw the hammer at it and it made like a thing
Oh
behind
my
Thanos.
god, so amazing.
That was sick.
Fuck.
Yo, he
So-
was working that.
Joe Anthony Russo. What the fuck y'all doing?
The first hit
my
that
heart.
he did, after he threw it, and then the first when he spinned it and he went like
Oh.
that, he gave him a nice ass uppercut.
Yeah.
That whole scene, he had the shield and he did that, and Thanos gets fucking rocked like that. That picture.
What if Tony was like, this is a little more than a drop of blood for you right now, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, Thanos wouldn't have got that.
And outside of,
They were like, what?
and outside of Thor and Tony, they're the only two that really make Thanos bleed.
Yeah, but now Cap was working him.
But also I feel like seeing how they work, like now that Mjolnir is in the mix with Cap, seeing how they can work together, I think it's also something interesting to see now about making Thanos bleed. Hear me out. Iron Man 2, Whiplash says, if you can make gold bleed, people will cease to believe in him.
Mm.
Blood in the water, sharks will come. All that stuff, right?
It's like in 300.
Yeah, with Xerxes.
hmm
Wow, reality.
Different universe, but
So now I feel like them noticing that they can actually beat him this time because he does not have the gauntlet yet.
It's funny you mention that though, because
They did say that too. It's like without the gauntlet. He's
Because-
there saying there without the gauntlet. Let's
he
go
was
get him.
when Thanos was using his sword. Yo, first of all, he
That sword was
fucked that shield up.
the
That's
sword.
vibranium shield.
that's after he had Mjolnir too. So he managed to handle Mjolnir and started beating up Cap. Like he like
So
got
he's
back
still
up.
ox.
He got
I was
back up.
still, but the thing is, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker won't go down.
Right.
Like,
But listen, how you said that they were hopeful at this point.
yeah.
So was the crowd. They're like, yo,
Yeah.
Cap is like really working him right now. But then you saw Cap was slow to get up, and then that's when his army comes. That's when
No. You have to. You
Yeah.
also have to understand when he grabs the shield,
I thought he was gonna
tightens
say,
it again, and
he's ready to go.
Did you guys see? It looked like he had
a gash. Like
A
he had a
gash.
really bad
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
gash.
tightened
he
it
got
up.
cut on his arm or
Yeah.
his leg or
his
something.
leg too.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
it grazed his leg. It
Yeah.
grazed his leg, but he got
That's
he
when-
got a
that's when
nasty
people
gash.
started
Yeah,
thinking,
but I don't
oh,
think
shit,
it was a
Cap's about to
gash. I think he had a
catch
shard
it.
in his arm and he tightened it. He literally had
Yeah.
something sticking out his arm.
That's why he was slow to get up. But what I'm
Steve
saying
Rogers
is,
not pussy.
when Steve Rogers got up and he saw that army, of course he was gonna fight with
Yeah.
balls.
Oh, and then that's when Thanos goes. All of all the worlds I massacred.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's like, this is
I
personal.
felt-
It's never been
He's like,
personal.
this
He's like, it's never been personal.
This is bro.
He's like this. He was like, and he goes, I'm gonna enjoy it. And I'm like, yo, fucker,
Like
you're
what I'm
done.
about to do to your planet.
He's like,
I
I'm
was
gonna
like,
enjoy it.
yo.
And also, and then he changes his whole thing there. 2014 Thanos. He goes, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm just gonna wipe out the entire universe and just start
Start
anew.
over.
Yeah, like he said, like I thought I'd help you guys, and I was
Yeah.
seeing how you reacted. Like I'm
Exactly.
just gonna fuck
Yeah.
you up.
Exactly.
So it's like he completely changes his whole mind. So he's not even the same character as Infinity War, which makes it a completely different movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, exactly.
and then
now,
To your left. What you guys
we're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
Can I get to my point? Jesus. All right.
hurry up.
So that whole scene where he's tightening everything, like he looks like Thanos' army comes down. For some, I felt like Cap, even though he was still gonna fight,
Fam, he wasn't. I don't think. I'm sorry. I don't think he was tired.
Go ahead.
not
go.
tired, but
was tired.
he was just like he kind of like
I'm
I wouldn't
dead.
say lost hope, but like his optimism was just like
No, I think
damn.
he knew he was gonna die.
No, I think he was
right. Like he's just like, you know
He was
what? Like,
accepting.
you know what that scene reminded me of?
Jon
Jon
Snow.
Snow. Exactly.
Battle of the Bastards.
Like Battle of the Battle. He's just like, all right.
fucking shot, bro.
So
and then and that's when the Black Order comes down.
Yes.
So everyone comes
And
down.
then all the Chitauri comes down.
Exactly.
The fucking
So
Outriders
Cap
come
is just
down.
like, damn. But here's the thing. I feel like him and all the audience members forgot. Everyone's back. like the snap
I
happened.
was sitting there.
I
Like, waiting.
forgot.
I was sitting there waiting. I was
Yeah.
like,
When I heard Sam on the comms, remember I go to you.
No, but
I'm like,
before that,
oh,
before you hear Sam,
everybody's
before
gonna
you hear
cry.
Sam, you see Giant Man come out the
No,
thing.
you don't.
No.
nope, he comes in
You're a
last.
bum, bro.
Yo, you
Really?
suck. You remember you
suck.
Oh,
suck.
chill.
Bro, saw the movie
to the
once.
left.
Yo, get up. No, get up.
He saw the. He said he saw the movie once. he was like to your left, right? And then you saw the little fucking thing.
Yeah.
Fucking Black Panther just coming out
Yo,
like a
Okoye,
boss.
Black Panther.
Okoye, Shuri, and Black
Shuri.
Panther. Yeah.
Shuri with her
Yes.
little fucking Hulkbuster.
And then, so it was awesome. You see the sorcerers, you see Spider-Man, you see
Sam comes out right after
You
that.
see the
Black
Ravagers.
Panther
Sam
flies.
flies
Yeah.
You see Valkyrie come out on her Pegasus. You see,
Guardians.
Yep.
man.
You see everyone.
Everyone.
Spider-Man comes out on his own. Everyone goes crazy.
Yo, my theater went
Crazy.
nuts. I think it went nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
so
they
did
went
I.
nuts for Black Panther too. Like Black Panther's got a
Yeah.
big ass ovation.
You know why?
I think he was supposed to come out, too.
Again, like I was saying off camera, my guy has the swaggiest walk in the entire MCU.
You noticed his walk, and you're like, "That's Black Panther,"
Yeah.
because they didn't really show who it was.
Yeah,
So
it was
he
just-
didn't have his.
he didn't have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he doesn't say a word to Cap. He just looks at me. and He's just like,
We got
Gives him that
and
same nod.
Cap was just like, "Thank
Doctor
God."
Strange, obviously,
Yeah,
comes
Doctor
back too.
Strange.
Hey, he had
Long.
a big smile.
He did.
Doctor
He was like,
Strange
"Thank
comes
God."
out. He comes flying through. You see Drax. You see Star Lord
Everybody,
come
bro.
out. You see Mantis come.
And what I love is everyone knows what
What?
happened.
Yeah, everybody
Everyone's
knows
like,
what's
"Yo,
going on.
You thought it was personal for you? It's personal for
Also,
us."
the look on Peter's face when he came up and he like revealed himself. He was just like
relief.
this is
Like,
it.
yeah,
Like
it's
this is it.
I could die
Sorry.
here.
Yeah.
Peter Quill.
No,
Peter
Parker. I know that there's two Peters.
Yeah.
So now you also see Scott. Now he comes out, right?
Yeah,
when
now he
comes
comes out.
out. He comes out and he.
Oh yeah, he just grows.
Yeah.
He brings Hulk out with Ant-Man and Nebula, right? And Gamora.
Rockets on top of a
Rocket,
war machine.
yeah.
Oh yeah, War Machine comes out and Rocket's just like, fucking go.
That kind of
Oh, and you see Bucky.
Oh, Bucky,
yeah.
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 That kind of reminded me when in Infinity War where
Howard the Duck.
no Howard the Duck was there.
I didn't see. Oh, that's another. I gotta pay attention now.
where Hulk was like, you guys are so screwed now. I feel like that was Rocket.
Yeah.
like
So then,
and Thanos' face too. Like
Yeah,
he was just like,
oh.
yo.
he's
It's
like, "Yo, what the
about
hell?"
to
And then you see Steve Rogers go to something that was cut off.
Oh, Scarlet Witch too. Sorry.
Yeah, and Scarlet Witch also. Now you see Steve Rogers get to say something that he was cut off from saying at the end of Age of Ultron. He goes, "Avengers, assemble."
The way he
But
said
the
it,
way he
though,
said it too was just like,
assemble.
it's like assemble.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
he's like, let's go.
Let's go. Let's
He was
go.
like-
Let's go.
So then, don't you feel like you just want to like let's go, like get up and like
Yeah, you see Iron Man suit up. You see Rescue come down.
rescue?
I was like,
Yeah. So they're having a whole
Fuck,
big battle.
And again, and people are like, was there a void in that scene? Was it like, yo, the cherry on top is already done? Like, if the X-Men were there, I feel like we would have just been like,
Oh,
Nah, if that showed up, bro, I'd have been like, nah, I'm leaving.
I mean, it also
I'm
would've
not
been-
worthy
It would have
of
been
watching
really.
this.
Would it really make sense? Like how?
yeah, exactly, because how would they even know? Like,
It
I
would
would.
have funny. Everybody would look like,
It would have been funny if Deadpool would have been in the background. Like, what y'all doing?
are they with you? I thought they were with you.
Cable?
Wait, aren't you the Saint? Whatever.
So now we have them fighting.
Yeah.
They're clapping. Everybody gets their
Yeah.
character moments and stuff. And
Like,
What?
but what you just said, where you're like, yo, the cherry's just on top. We almost forgot because then we'll get to that. But I'm saying when Captain Marvel's entrance too.
Oh,
we completely forgot about.
oh Jesus, yeah, because
She didn't show up
She didn't
yet.
show up.
She didn't show up yet.
Yeah.
So everybody's clapping and stuff, and now from
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet
Yeah,
Witch
dope moment.
fighting
finally.
fighting
Yeah.
Thanos. She's like, you took everything from me.
He's
And
like,
he's
I
like,
don't even know you.
I don't even know who
Oh,
you are.
that's who he said it
Yeah,
to. I was
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
think who he
He's
said
like, I
it
don't even know
She's
who
like,
you
we're
are.
about to find
She's
out.
like, you will.
So yeah, so you had Peter meet Tony, and he's like, Mr. Stark, like remember all this stuff, and then he hugs him, and then
That was
I
dope
think, and then Star Lord and Gamora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Lord
And,
gets kicked in the
kicked in the
nuts.
nuts.
The Wasp have a little like.
They
They
kinda
smile at each other.
Like, yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah.
And then
It was
what's
a reference
next?
back to Ant-Man and the Wasp where she was like, she said Cap.
Yeah, she said Cap too. Yeah, so there's like kind of nice things.
That's fire, bro. That was just so amazing, like
Yeah.
seeing all that happening.
And then also the keep away was still going on.
Give it to me,
Black Panther
Black
took
Panther.
it.
Oh wait, but before that, like after he says Avengers Assemble, Ibamba.
Oh
Oh, he did it. I was waiting for it.
Everybody in our theater started repeating it.
Yep.
Oh
yep.
wow.
Like that shit was hype.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
So then, so now,
So then now they're doing the keep away. So Black Panther's running with it. And
give it to me.
Spider-Man had it first.
No, Spider-Man.
Yeah, because Steve goes, hey Queens.
Yeah.
Spider-Man got it after,
after
Black Panther.
I think.
It was Hawkeye. Then Black Panther's like, give it to me.
Yeah.
And then he runs. He's fucking
he
he's
was
a
in that.
beast.
Yeah, because he was like, what am I supposed to do with this gauntlet? And then Black Panther's like, give it to me.
Yeah. So
Captain
then he
Marvel
started,
takes it from
I'm
Peter.
Captain now.
no, wait, she isn't here yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, wait, you're right. But
Spider-Man's riding with
Basically, when Scarlet Witch starts,
it's fucking Thanos up because she was actually.
Yeah, I literally started thinking too. I was like, all right, wait,
She was
we
really
still need
working
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And then the guns move, and they're like, what the fuck are they
He's like,
shooting at?
Sire,
Cap was like, what are
there's
they
something
shooting at?
coming. Yeah, War Machine was like, there's something coming in through the atmosphere.
It's Captain Marvel, and she.
Yo, just drill that like bye-bye.
It was like, it reminded me of Voltron, when Voltron just fucks shit
Yes.
up. It just goes right through it.
I'm like, bye, stupid. Done.
I'm kidding. But yeah, so we get that going on,
Yeah.
and now in all that rainfall protocol that Thanos called, they broke a barrier. They basically broke a levee for the water not to start coming in, and then Rescue was like,
So Doctor Strange is dealing with that
again, the goat.
like while everybody else is fighting, and then Captain Marvel comes down, and then she's like, hey, like Peter Parker's like, hey, I'm Peter Parker.
He's like, no, but also again, Spider-Man isn't perfect yet, so he's not brave or anything like that. I mean, he is brave. He's just like that. And then she's like, and then she looks at him, and he's like, hi, I'm Peter Parker. And she's like, hey, Peter Parker, you have something for me?
And he gets, and he's like, yeah, here. And it's like, and she had to get the gauntlet to what were they trying to, the van.
Yeah, to
she
go
was
back.
trying to
Yeah.
go back.
So they're
But-
trying to jumpstart the van.
And then fucking Thanos throws his sword at it.
that van gets fucked
Can we
up.
talk about that girl power though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when she's like,
She was like, you gonna get through them alone?
yeah, Spider-Man was like, how's she gonna do that?
Well, first of all, she could have.
She's like, she has help.
I thought they were gonna be like yeah.
And then we see Okoye, we see Gamora, we see Scarlet Witch, the Wasp, Rescue,
Nebula, Gamora.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Black Widow was missing from that shot, bro.
Mantis.
Yeah.
Yo, don't sleep on Mantis out here.
Yeah, she'll put you to sleep, bro.
And
But yeah,
dope.
You imagine seeing her just.
Shuri was there.
yeah, Sherry was there. So then also during the fight, Tony and Doctor Strange see each other, and he's like,
Because they're all trying to keep the gauntlet away from Thanos.
Yeah. So then he's
right
like,
in front of him now. So
yeah. So then he's like, Doc, like,
Yeah.
is this the one? He was like, if I tell you, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I can't tell you.
Which is a payoff for a couple minutes later.
Yeah, for a couple minutes later. So then now,
Because Doctor Strange the whole time knew it was.
yeah.
But he just couldn't.
Fuck, man.
He knew it was, but he knew that it had to work out still.
It had to work out the way he
Yeah.
envisioned
Yeah.
it. He's like everything was planned.
So then somehow Thanos gets a hold of the glove, right?
yeah.
And then he
So
goes,
kinda
and then
fireball for
then
him.
again it
He puts it
the
on.
power surges through him, and he's like like
While
that and
that's
stuff.
happening, they're trying to get it off.
Yeah, and now
Captain Marvel
he goes
got
to
it, like-
he goes to try to snap, and Captain Marvel just goes, nope.
Yep. Not
No,
again.
who holds it first? It was Iron Man.
No.
He was fighting it with Iron Man, but Iron Man never got a hold of it.
Yeah.
He pushed him off.
Yeah.
And then he was gonna snap, and Captain Marvel was like, "Nope."
And then he headbutts her, and then she's like,
And then he was like, you know
she was
what?
like,
Power Stone.
boom,
Claps her.
haymaker.
And then Iron Man goes back
To him.
Well, then he says what he says, right? Oh no.
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 After.
Then he looks at Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is like,
Oh,
The
yeah.
one.
and then he gets like
Goosebumps.
hope again, and then like he goes in and does his little fucking switcheroo.
Switcheroo.
Yeah,
Bro, that shit.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Nanotech.
Fam,
Just-
nanotech.
And then he takes it, and then he says,
And then Thanos is like,
"Oh, Thanos
one of Thanos was like,
inevitable.
he was like, you guys seem to
I'm
clearly
inevitable,
get this
yeah.
fucked up. Like, I am inevitable. And then
Nothing happens. He's like,
And then he looks
I am
around.
Iron Man.
and he's like,
I am Iron Man.
no, but then when they settle in, he goes, like that. And he's
Yeah.
like, I am Iron Man. And then boom.
I low key wish he had the helmet on when he said that.
Nah, I think it was, bro. It was good to see his face, bro.
yeah.
It was, but it's just to have that echo, like
Yeah.
on the metal, like.
So
I am
then-
Iron Man.
Or like I am Iron Man. Bink. And
No,
then-
that would have been cool to do.
That
too.
would've been
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
cool too.
Yeah,
But now
yeah.
the snap happens.
And my
Yeah.
son,
The Tony
my son
Snap.
Thanos turned into the thinker. He was like,
So then Thanos starts looking around, and now the Chitauri, the Outriders,
Everyone start vanishing.
He's turning to dust, and he looks around. He doesn't say a word. Thanos does not say a word.
He's just like,
He said,
fuck.
"Yo, it was the perfect parallel because at the end of Infinity War, he sat down on the throne, and this movie he sat down, but
Well, he's not on the throne. He sat down on like a ship or something.
No, he sat down on the stairs in the farm, in the garden. Who cares? All right, whatever.
It's a throne, bro.
All right, bro. Yo, get up and fight.
Bro.
I was so happy.
That was for last
that's
year.
right, bitch.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
dead.
So now we have
All right.
now we
Oh,
have,
and he's dead. He's dead from the branch, and he's also
He's
dead
dead
in
from-
real life.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
done.
He
He's
got
done
his head
one,
chopped
yeah.
off.
So now so all right, now aftermath. Now we have Tony. Fuck.
Leaning
I
on
don't
a
want to
tree.
say this, but like, yeah, he's leaning against some debris, and then he's just like dead.
Dead.
Like his
The
eyes. are
theater
just-
was
barely
so
speaking.
quiet.
He's barely
yeah, we were
speaking.
fucking, and he was just like
Peter
that, and then
comes up.
fucking Peter, bro.
Mr. Stark.
Cause I was like, we did it, we won. He starts crying, and then when I knew it was over with, just by the look of his face.
Yeah.
And then when fucking Rhodey comes to him, I'm getting goosebumps talking about
Rhodey's-
that. Rhodey
Rhodey's
comes to him,
crying, yeah.
and then he looks and he's like, "Hey man, like we're good." And then Pepper comes,
She's like, you're gonna be.
and she's
okay.
like, "It's okay, like you can
You
be
can rest
okay."
now. You can rest now.
Yeah, you can rest now. We're gonna be okay. I'm like, damn, I'm getting goosebumps too, bro.
Me too, bro. Like, I was-
and he's just like there, dead.
And then what? And then the
and then his and the arc reactor, like, and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
yeah, because she asked Friday. Pepper goes, "Friday,
Life
Like-
science critical.
life,"
Yeah.
and then she's like,
Yeah.
"Critical."
Damn, she knew. But you know what I loved about that too is like his main peeps were there, obviously besides Happy,
Yeah.
and like you just have the Avengers in the background,
Like circling, like
right, like
wherever-
just like because they obviously Pepper should be
Yeah.
there, like Rhodey should be
that's
there.
his wife,
And,
that's his best
and
friend.
like, even though him and Cap like are boys, like Cap's like, you know what, like they should be there.
Let
But
them
like
have their
Cap was
moment.
like
yeah.
Cap was like worried, like all the
Yeah.
wives were worried, like
Fam, my leg was shaking this time, and then like when like he finally like just like fell out, I was just like
you cried.
this. Yeah, I was crying, bro, instantly. It was tears, and like I started tearing up when Cap started getting his whole like shield broken down and stuff. Like I was
I
like,
thought that was a moment for him.
yeah, I love these guys, bro.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
Yeah.
since sophomore year of high school, I've been watching these guys. So like I basically grew up with them.
Right, definitely.
Sort of. So now we get the funeral service, and then we get Tony's message, like his postpartum message.
I
And
love you 3000.
I love you 3000.
That's when a lot of people cried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there, yeah. And then
Yeah, like my.
And then we see all the people at the
Yeah.
funeral. You saw the kid from Iron Man 3.
You saw Harley.
You saw every like they kind of put like movies.
Yeah, it was all one take. It was all one take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Fury showed up, and I love that one.
Yeah, Nick Fury was like
Fuck,
behind
man.
Captain
Cause-
Marvel.
yeah,
Because that brings it all right back around.
Yeah.
Not even that. Yeah, exactly. Like Avengers
Yeah.
Assemble. Like I just love how like they didn't give Samuel L. Jackson any like. They just showed him like in just
Like his presence, yeah, his
just from
presence.
his expression. He's just like, you know what, like
We did it.
we did it. Obviously at a cost.
Now it's
but-
time to move forward.
Exactly.
Yep.
next generation has to step up now.
Yep. So now we have everybody there. The Guardians were at the funeral.
Everyone.
Everybody was there. You see Captain
Cap-
Marvel standing there.
Captain America shed a tear.
Yeah. And
Hawkeye and Black
Oh,
Hawkeye and
yeah,
Scarlet Witch are together.
yeah.
And like
fuck,
that was
man.
dope too because she was like she knows like Nat knows we won.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have sacrificed herself if she didn't know.
Exactly. If she didn't have that faith in us.
And same thing like with bum ass Vision. Fuck Vision. Vision's ass.
You know I'm not gonna let you say that. All right, so like to close this out, now we have
Yeah.
we have again Bruce. He's in a sling because he got clapped by the
Yeah.
That was
gauntlet.
a dope ass sling.
Yeah,
well,
Yeah, see him
like-
again? Like
yeah, I think so.
yeah.
in a big role though.
No, I think he's just again because his arm is fucked up. I think he's just gonna be like a mentor. Like he's gonna be like the new Tony. Like kind of like just like
helping people.
like just helping people, being the science guy. Like look, this is how this works. This is how, like I can
Yeah.
help you with this. Like
Right.
for science reasons. And then and I feel like everybody still is gonna be around except for Cap and Tony and Black
Nah, I
Widow.
think Cap's still gonna be around. Like the series that's coming out, but like Winter Soldier and Falcon, I think they'll be to him like for a mentor. Like,
Yeah, okay.
he's a
That
director,
works.
Oh yeah,
Captain
speaking
America
of the
College.
Falcon.
That works.
Alright,
So now-
then we
alright.
go to they build the machine again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There we go.
And
So-
he has Mjolnir
Yeah.
because he needs to put that back. That's
Yep.
important. And then he has all the stones. By the way, I'm gonna pay attention. He didn't have the scepter and he didn't have the box. Did I bring this up earlier?
I think so.
How's he
Bro.
gonna put that back?
How about when you go see it tonight? You let us know,
But he didn't have it. He didn't.
bro. I don't know. I only wrote the movie except for that part. So now we have Cap like War Machine, I think, is like, so how long? No.
Sam.
Bucky or Sam is like, so how long is he gonna be out?
Like a while
He's
for
like,
him, and then like
a while for
seconds
him and
us.
5 seconds for us.
Yeah.
So then like he was
He
all
came
right.
back.
3, 2, 1,
Then come back.
and then Bruce is like, what the fuck?
He jumped past. He went past his timestamp or whatever.
Yeah, and then like he looks.
Everyone knew.
Yeah,
what
and
he was
everybody looks away,
on the
and then you see,
sitting down.
Winter Soldier's like, hey guys, look, and he's over there.
and then he tells Sam like, go, like, cause
He
I,
do.
you know why? Because I feel like Sam has been like
The
not-
consistently good guy.
the
yeah.
consistent best friend for
Yeah.
Steve instead of like causing bullshit to happen. Like I don't feel like Bucky felt himself worthy to taking up the
Exactly.
mantle
Right,
next, which is fine. I don't
Perfectly
mind.
fine.
I don't mind
Perfectly
that
fine.
because
Sam
Sam.
will take the serum, or he's just gonna.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna work that.
I think he has to
He has to, bro. They have to find. That's why Bruce is sticking around.
help him get that.
So all right, so Sam is like, yo, what happened? And he's like,
Yeah.
he was like, I did what
Told me to do.
What he told me to do. He's like,
get a life.
get a life.
Yep.
And then he was like, and also, you got a shield. You got a shield back. And then
I feel like this isn't mine, but it is.
he was like, but it is.
And he didn't even want
He's
to
like,
talk
how does
about
it
his
feel?
marriage.
Yeah, and then he's just like, thank you, Cap. And he's like, no, you be good, like, and stuff with it. And I'm just like,
It was so weird to see him.
fam,
old,
the entire time I'm like, what?
old man Steve. But all right, so then I guess the explanation will be he went back, brought the stone.
Oh yeah, he goes. So you gonna tell me about that? About the wedding ring? He's like, no, I'm
Nah.
not. Fuck that.
This is the only plot hole that.
Why
Yeah.
we thought is because he never came back. So that means there is an alternate reality that he made.
for himself, I guess.
Or,
Not for himself,
I don't
it's
think
like
it's an
a-
alternate reality. I think it's just where
Somehow he found a way to stay in this
Yeah.
reality.
Somebody's
And
gonna
go-
figure it out. It's not gonna be me because I'm taking a break from all this. This is because
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is tonight.
We talked
Yeah.
about this for a while.
We could do a podcast just on that itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah we'll have like a whiteboard in the back.
Like,
So
like
you're
Eric
here.
Selvig.
It's like an
Or
online
here.
class.
If you do this,
Bad lines.
Yeah.
So like Eric Selvig is basically like we're gonna be like that, like going crazy, like doing the equation stuff.
Yeah.
But also side note, proof that Tony has a heart.
Yeah.
Proof that Tony Stark has a heart. And that
From Iron
floating
Man
away.
1. From Iron Man 1.
Yeah. So
As Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah, as
Or
Guardians.
that.
So
Yeah.
now
Oh,
Thor
that
is
scene
gonna
was pretty
be.
funny.
Now Thor is gonna
Yeah, we
be.
all know who the captain is or who the leader is.
course it's you.
And then he's like,
It's you.
And then Mantis was like, "You guys should fight to the death." No, with knives. And he's like, "There's not gonna be any knives." And stuff. And then we got Groot going, "I am Groot."
Yeah.
And you know what he was saying there, bro?
Do it. Scrap.
Y'all should measure your dicks.
What?
Jesus, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, I
You
read
should
it.
measure.
You read where?
I read it on like the one of the writers said that on IMDb. Like that was like trivia. The like
Really?
yeah, like I should measure.
Oh, wow, that's funny.
Yo, Groot is wild for that,
Yeah.
bro.
Some Vin Diesel got paid $500,000 for that one line.
I am Groot. So then, so now you see clearly that now, that Peter was also searching for Gamora.
So
Right.
that means Thor's gonna be around.
Yeah, so Thor's gonna stick
Guardians of
around.
the
Yeah.
Galaxy movies.
Adam
Hopefully he
Warlock
knows
is
that
probably going to be the villain.
Yeah,
Because
So-
Thor's the only one that can really compete with him like that.
If
Pretty
he,
much.
If he actually,
Sticks around.
all
Yeah.
right. Odds are that Thor isn't actually gonna be in shape. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I hope
I hope he stays fat.
I know. I hope he just is relevant. I don't give a I don't really care about him being fat. I hope he's actually does something.
No, but Thor's gonna be Thor, bro.
I'm gonna watch this
I wanna
movie
do
again, and I'm gonna
something. He
write
can
down.
still
Fuck
do
everything
work.
that I was writing down. I'm gonna write down everything that Thor did of value in this movie.
Please,
when I watch.
because we
it.
mentioned him maybe like 3 times throughout this entire podcast.
Oh, we gotta talk about when they switched the hammers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Cap
Oh
was
yeah, he's
like,
like, give me it.
You get the little one.
He's like, give me that. Take the little one.
And I love how it was so seamless too. But
Because Thor was like, Thor was like, all right.
He's like, okay.
yeah, he's okay.
Thor was just like happy he has it, but he's like,
Yeah.
no, I want the bigger one.
And then yes, no end credit scene,
We just hear Iron Man building the suit.
which is 3 different things. 1, just a homage to the beginning of it all. 2, a homage to Iron Man in Iron Man 1, and 3, just foreshadowing.
That somebody's gonna.
Riri Williams, maybe
Nah,
that's what he said.
I doubt Riri. They still haven't introduced her. Like, it's just,
love to see Riri though.
But yeah, so This was truly heartbreaking. Again, the roller coaster. It was just
Great,
Yeah.
great movie.
It was an amazing send off. Now I'm assuming that now since the time jump, because it's 5 years in
It
advance
is
now.
2023.
So now that means that Far From Home is now phase 4.
Yeah,
No.
no, it's the end
a
of
lot-
phase
it's the
3.
end of
Kevin
phase
Feige
Okay.
confirmed.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because this felt more like the end of phase 3 than.
No, it did. That's what it was intended to
It's
be.
probably still
but-
dealing with some of the.
Yeah.
But
some
now,
aftermath.
also we see Peter like see Ned, and Ned starts crying. Bro, I was crying that whole sequence, bro. Like, and then
Yeah,
Cap
it was
fucking
crazy.
dancing
with
with
Peggy.
with Peggy. I was crying too. I was just like, and the music, bro. I was just like, fam, like, I'm good.
No, like
good.
And
You guys have hope for the next saga?
Yes.
You think it's gonna be good?
I think it's hopeful because now, like, same way that the original 6 were friends and stuff, I feel like part of the original 6 are still around doing their own thing. Like, Hawkeye is probably going to retire for good, but also I'm pretty sure they need him. He'll probably come by in a cameo or something.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Bruce is going to be around as a mentor.
Steve
Um,
again,
Steve is going to be around as a mentor for as long as he has to be.
Yep.
And now you have Black Panther, you have Captain Marvel, you have Spider-Man, you have Doctor Strange, you have Ant-Man. Those 5, along with Bucky, I guess you could count him in here too, and Sam.
Winter Soldier.
So now you have these 7 guys who now are going to have to build chemistry, going to have to go through their
Yeah.
gripes with each other.
Yeah.
Could probably get another Civil War out of this, you know what I'm
Guardians
saying?
Still
The Asgardians of
Thor-
the galaxy.
there. Thor, yeah, I think if Thor does stick around and.
Wait, did you
another
guys
big-
talk about Captain Marvel? You think she's gonna keep doing her shit around?
Yeah, I think she's going to keep flying around and stuff. I
Yeah.
think.
You
But
think she's
I
not gonna be like a part of the Avengers. Like,
No,
no, absolutely.
But now they're not a planet team.
like a Thor
it's
thing?
a galaxy.
Yeah, it's a galaxy-wide thing,
team.
with the Guardians being
Yeah.
like the kind of support
Guardians
group.
and Captain
Yeah.
or Captain Marvel are out
What about
there.
Rhodey? He's taking a step back too.
No, I feel like Rhodey's gonna still do his thing because again.
you still got to smash Captain Marvel according to
All
you
right,
guys.
yeah,
That's right.
You heard it here first, guys. But
Maybe he goes with her.
R.I.P. the GOAT,
Planet
Tony
jumping.
Stark.
rest in peace, Black Widow,
Iron
Natasha.
Man, yes. R.I.P. Black Widow.
R.I.P. Young Cap.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Young Cap, I guess.
Whatever they did with
But
that.
Yeah, however that.
but from the bottom of our hearts to Kevin Feige, to Marvel, to Stan Lee, to the
Thank you.
Russos, thank you. Like this was everything I didn't expect and also everything I wanted at the
Yep.
same time.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So
So
it's,
stay tuned. Far From Home is approaching. We'll do a Dark Phoenix one.
we're also gonna like get together like to do a Game of Thrones
Yes, we are. Not maybe
if somebody
not all of
finishes
us,
on
but-
time. But we'll yeah we'll be back. We'll be back soon. Just thanks for sticking around, guys.
Thank
This
you.
was a
Sure.
pretty dense one, pretty heavy.
We
but
appreciate it.
it was worth it because you know Kevin made this happen for us.
Yeah.
Robert, Chris, Scarlett,
Mark,
Jeremy, Mark, and they all made it happen. So you know this is for the one. This is for the one,
time
guys.
for the one time. All right, we out.
Thanks for chilling with us.
I love
We
you
out.
3000.
I love you 3000, guys.